Hello, fellow homebrewers. JP here, and I want to introduce to you the brand new Brewbuilt X1 Conical Series available at More Beer. More Beer sells the highest standard in homebrewing equipment, and the Brewbuilt Conicals are just that. They're made from mirror-polished 304 stainless steel, and they come with loads of features that you and I have been looking for. They have a full 2-inch bottom dump valve, which will eliminate your clogging issues, while the sturdy base includes 4 reinforced legs, just like those big pro tanks do. More Beer also carries the Brewbuilt line of options and add-ons like casters, pressure kits, and even external glycol chillers. So you can find out more about the new Brewbuilt X1 Conical Unitanks by going over to morebeer.com for detailed videos on the entire line of Brewbuilt Conicals. You can trust Brewbuilt with your next fermentation, and you can trust More Beer to find the right conical for you. Brewbuilt at morebeer.com.
Restore your vehicle's engine to run like new with Valvoline Restore and Protect, now available at Advance Auto Parts. It's the first motor oil ever to remove up to 100% of engine-killing deposits. That's right, 100%. Stop by your local Advance Auto Parts store today and get 5 quarts of Valvoline Restore and Protect Premium Full Synthetic Motor Oil for only $33.99. Up to 100% piston deposit removal when used as directed for 4 or more consecutive oil changes at standard maintenance intervals, based on adapted sequence 3H testing.
Feels like work. Shooting the shit for 2 hours, drinking beer and talking beer. What a wonderful experience.
Can we not have the barf bucket near my mixing board?
I think everybody could read the book.
I knew you were going to use this book as an excuse to quit doing this show.
Yeah.
Mrs. Bub, if you want, I can mail you the Bub Timer.
Yeah, Newcastle, especially in the can. Have you ever had it in the can? No, I have not had it in the can.
Notice I closed my eyes and I concentrated really hard.
Now, live from the Brewing Network studios in Northern California, this is the radio program for home brewers, craft brewers, beer lovers, and beer geeks. It's your only source for live beer radio that brings expert brewers together with, well, expert drinkers. This is the radio program with a head on it. This is The Session.
Hey, welcome everybody. It's The Session. It's a Monday night in Contra Costa County, or as I like to call it, ground zero for this entire show being wiped out by the coronavirus.
Ooh,
yeah.
Stuff.
So that's the wave I'm on right about now. But joining me in the studio is Sean O'Sullivan, of course, but no one cares because he's always here. But Tasty McDowell is back.
Yeah, hey!
Popping in for a visit.
I've arrived. Yeah, okay.
What's going on, Tasty?
Well, not a whole lot.
No?
My beer world is sort of like sideways, which means that beer doesn't taste like it's supposed to taste, which you might you have to still call that sideways, if anything.
Okay.
But other than that, I'm adapting. I've found some ways to taste it and to differentiate and like it.
Is it so overall things weren't tasting as good, or
well, no taste at all?
No taste at all.
As good would be like an overstatement. Like,
okay,
as close to good beer. No.
So, so that pale ale or whatever you have in front of you is actually tastes like a stout right now to you?
No, well, no, it's not like that bad.
Yeah.
Well, fortunately, beer has a low pH, and I can dial in low pHs really well. Like any juices, any like fruit juices, I can taste them great.
Okay.
And then like OJ actually has, I think it's like 4 Plato, and beer is like typically 4.2, 4.3, 4.4.
Yeah. So you're right in the pocket.
Right in there.
Yeah.
So orange juice and beer, same thing.
Same thing.
So did you hear that, folks?
These days,
orange juice in the morning, beer at night.
There you go.
Yeah.
Or vice versa.
So,
right.
have you found that it's sort of like opened up your choices for beer because there's so much bad beer out there that you're like, oh well, now I can't taste it, so it's fine.
No,
I'll just drink whatever.
Well, bad beer went somewhere. I don't know. A couple of years ago, it just left the world. And
well, it's not.
All the bad.
Let's not go that far.
All beer is like good. I didn't say great. Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's rare to go into a.
That's a little too positive for me.
20 tap and find a beer that like, what's wrong with this beer? Who made that? No, rare, really rare.
No. Well, we should go out one day. I'll show you.
You look under the covers.
What I need to do, don't look under the covers.
Okay.
Especially when we're out together because
That can get weird.
Yeah.
All right, well, we should go out. Yeah, we should go out and try some.
yeah, I'll point. I'll have to relearn you a thing or two about
Jason will be
tasting
like,
beer.
this one is bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna ruin everything for you.
Taste will be like, this tastes like orange juice.
It's like I've ruined. Yeah. Well, it's apple juice, and you're wrong. So there you go.
Well, beer is changing all the time. I know breweries that, like 16, 17 months ago, I would never touch their beer because it sucked. Now everybody's going like, "Hey, you should try the beer. It's really gotten better." And like, so I got to go out and retry them to make sure I'm not like a year behind the curve.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
The only guy that thinks it sucks, you must suck.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, it's a fair assessment. I do think that you should give.
You got to keep tasting. I never badmouth a beer that I haven't had in the last 3 months.
So you're saying Tasty has to keep on tasting. Sorry, that's a free catchphrase. You can take that home with you.
You stole all that art from me already. I'm naked. I have no clothes.
But you look great though.
Oh, looks are important.
They are.
It'll get you action.
Oh, see, I think Tasty's feeling better.
I think he is. He's getting a little.
He's making jokes about sex right now.
Frisky.
Yeah,
that is it is something worth noting.
Yeah, are you getting horny again?
Wait a minute, across the line.
We're still in the air, right?
Step back across that line.
Yeah. You've stepped back across the horny
I
line?
gotta keep it on there. I have friends that.
Yeah.
Oh, so you don't want to talk about
Friends
horniness?
with,
Is that what you're saying?
What?
I'm asking if you're horny, and you're not answering my question,
Well,
Trump.
because I'm not going to answer that question.
Okay. That's an answer. Tell me to shut up.
Today on the
I
show.
just want to know. I just want to know what's going on. How you're feeling. Because to me, that's your
Give
gauge.
me a couple more beers and I'll be telling you all about it.
That's your hydrometer reading of how. It's my hydrometer reading for you of how you're feeling.
Got to use the tools available.
Okay.
Check it out.
But overall, things are going well. Let's just
Things are
put it
going
that
well.
way.
Things are going well.
A gentleman doesn't talk about these things.
Thanks
Well, I
for
know.
asking.
That's why I'm asking Tasty.
Thanks for asking.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like I'm around.
Okay.
A year ago, I wouldn't have bet on it.
See, and I know that, and that's why I want to
on
know.
free time.
Yeah, and so I'm not going to ask details or whatever. I just want to know
Get the idea.
if you're horny. The answer is yes.
Sure, everybody gets that.
Love it. All right. No,
Today's Twitter
Thanks for
game.
coming in. I appreciate it, Tasty. It's good to see you.
It's good to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you to our sponsor, More Beer. Absolutely everything you need to make great beer at home by going to morebeer.com. They also do coffee roasting and all sorts of fun stuff over there on at morebeer.com. And if you're lucky enough to live around one of their shops, you can go in and talk to these people. They're very knowledgeable people.
They know what's going on.
They know what's going on. Speaking of what's going on, we have Federation Brewing on the show in studio today. You can go to federationbrewing.com. Aram and Matt are on the show in studio. They're actually out getting liquored up as we speak.
That's always good.
And so we like to let them kind of, marinate in their
get
own
them in
beer
here,
juices.
have fun.
That's right.
They're punchy.
That's right. The first thing I'm going to ask them is what's all their passwords for all their
Ask them if they're
their
horny.
websites. I will.
That's going to be the conversation. That's going to be the question of the day.
I think it should be.
Jason, are you horny?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm too tired and depressed to be horny.
All right,
man.
let's, good talk.
Are you horny?
Absolutely, 100%. Peak performance. Let's go.
Peak performance.
Let's go. It works.
I'm peak hornation. I would ask Bev, but she's yelling at Sam right now, so I'm not even going to bother with it. Let's start for some announcements. That's fine, Bev. Don't worry about it. Announcements brought to you by Beersmith. Go to beersmith.com. Get your 21-day free trial of 100% the best software for home brewing, for commercial brewing. Is there something in between? Amateur brewing? But that's home brewing, I guess. So, yeah.
It covers all the bases.
It's the whole thing. It's
it
the
does
deal
whatever
there.
you want to do. So you got water treatment stuff. You got a whole bunch of stuff. Beersmith is recently updated. It's free for 21 days.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, it's fine. You can delete it and everything. Nobody will know the difference. But I don't think that you will. I think that you're going to keep on with it. So check it out. Beersmith.com.
God, you dig it.
Number one, tickets are now on sale for something called the Spring Brews Fest. I've never heard of it. It sounds like a blast. It's March 28th. It goes on in Toto Santos Square, just right across from the Hop Grenade here, where we do all these Brewing Network shows. So you can buy tickets by that go to the BN website. I asked Bev to get me coffee like an hour ago.
Really?
She refused to. Yeah, she
What
refused to
happened
do
there?
it. I don't know. She doesn't really like me right now. She's nervous.
You guys
or
fighting
something.
before I came in here?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Speaking of the Brewing Network website, you can support us by shopping on Amazon. You get that link from the Brewing Network website. So check that out. It's right over there on one of those little slides that we got on the front of the thing. Thank you, Sully. I have my... I have every 5 minutes I have to alcohol spray hand sanitizer in my hands right now. Just want you guys to know that.
Why are you doing that?
We won't shame you.
I don't know. I feel dirty.
Are
inside.
you making a run on toilet paper like the rest of the world as well? What is up with that?
I just like shitting myself.
Can we talk about that for a second?
I already did that.
Why with this virus you have to get toilet paper? Should you be getting like food, canned food, water?
Because we're dumb idiots.
Toilet paper is like I was at Trader Joe's 2 days ago. And I was like, what's going on? It's like, they're all here buying toilet paper. I was like, at Trader Joe's?
Yeah, first of all, Trader Joe's has terrible toilet paper.
Well,
it's like sandpaper.
It's just, I don't get it.
It's like recycled. Yeah, it was.
That's end times toilet paper? That's what we're going to stock up on?
Yeah, I don't understand that. I mean, at least like the Lysol disinfectant stuff, I can sort of understand. So like I went to Safeway the other day and went to buy a can of Lysol because we're having a party.
I got some of that.
And I'm like, so I'm just going to do that. I know you did.
Sorry.
It's fine.
My dog is dying.
I didn't think that you would even come. And
subtext.
So
Here, you can use mine if you like.
Oh, see, there you got some. And like the whole aisle of anything Clorox or Lysol related was gone, except for like a few cans of this and that or whatever.
And
I'm like,
toilet paper.
That's really weird. 2 days later, I was back at the store. Toilet paper fully stocked. Everything's sort of fine. I feel like everyone went to Costco. People were buying 30 racks of toilet paper.
Y2K. Remember that?
It's weird.
Remember how upset we were?
Yeah. I was like, I don't know. It was weird. I didn't understand. It was too dumb. I was too drunk to understand it, honestly.
Yeah. Well, how was the party?
It was cool. You know what? It was the first day that I had really had a lot of beers. So I was sick like the weekend before. And then.
So you were fun.
Yeah, I mean, I had a good time, I guess. I didn't get super drunk, and we, hung out till late in the night, and that was fun, too. And then, but man, waking up in the morning, I wasn't hungover like the headache hungover. I was hungover like slow and idiot. I was stupid.
Was Alice saying to Taryn, like, what's wrong with Daddy?
No.
Why does Daddy smell funny?
This is the stage at 2 years old. That's the stage you can still be retarded in front of your kid because they can't communicate. They have no idea. They just sense something's wrong.
I think until age 5, you have an open window there.
That's true.
And then after that, you got to like lock down because they're going to be like, do you remember Dad when I was 5 and you hoarded that toilet paper and pooped yourself?
Yeah, you're like, this is mine. But like we went out, went doing some errands or whatever yesterday, and I had to get gas. You plug in your zip code. Forgot it. I forgot the last 2 numbers of my zip code.
Because you were not hungover?
No, I was just slow. My brain's like, it's like the VW bug, like a 68 bug of brains.
56, that happens to me a lot, so get used to it.
Is that what it is? Because so then today I had to leave my.
What's my son's name?
What I did is I transposed the last 2 digits, right? Okay. Giving my phone number today to a handsome young man on the that I met on the freeway. No,
whoa.
Some bank.
You are horny. Go ahead.
Some bank thing calling me back, and I gave her the wrong phone number because I'm stupid. I'm like, wait, I don't know. And I'm on the phone with her, and I go, here's the number, 976 horny. But I wasn't sure, like, if it was the last 2 digits were in the right order or not, and I didn't want to embarrass myself, so I just left it alone as here's my incorrect phone number, and I hope it works out.
What? For somebody. You're not getting a call back. I can guarantee that is not happening.
Well, they had my
You're
email.
Like trying to be polite.
Yeah.
Like, it said 737.
Not even polite. I didn't want to be embarrassed. I didn't want to embarrass because I'm a 42-year-old man who can't remember his phone number.
Do you know this person?
No.
Then whatever. You're never going to see him again.
It's a human being woman in the world. You know what I mean?
Like, matter.
I need to, no. But anyway, she had my email address and, she sent me the files. So everything worked out fine. I was able to avoid potential embarrassment and disaster, but it was annoying. I felt like very useless. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, I can't, it's my fucking
waste of good
phone
time.
Number. Yeah.
Well, these things happen. I mean, you got loaded at your daughter's birthday party, and
I really did. Lots of Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, which was a good time.
You were drinking that, huh?
It's good clean beer.
Yeah, and broke out some rum. It was fun.
Did you get in the bounce house?
Oh yeah, I got in the bounce house, dude. Ooh. Yeah, we got a bounce house on the first day of all-day rain in the Bay Area we've had in 40 days. It hasn't rained out here, where at least in my city, for like 40 days.
You made it rain, huh?
Made it rain, baby.
Was it the house or the frog?
It was like a jungle thing or something like that. It was brand new. I was like, and so. Also, here's where I, sort of get weird. I was concerned that the bounce house hasn't been hadn't been cleaned since the last time. And I'm like,
just came from a norovirus fair.
Yeah, exactly. But then the guy was like, oh, how did the bounce house go? Did it go well? I guess he's picking it up like 7. Like, yeah, I mean, it's a bit inflated. And we jumped in. He goes, okay, good, because this is the first time we had it out. So brand new. I'm like, oh, thank God. All right.
Paid extra for the new one.
Yeah. I mean, and then I went into the bathroom and sealed the door and just sprayed the Lysol can and then huffed it just to clean myself internally.
Yeah, inside and out.
You're going to be fine.
I'll be fine. All right, sure. Follow us, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I will tell you, for anybody listening to this show right now, stay tuned to our social media because we do have a contest coming up. I'm not going to tell you about what or whom or whatever. But I think it might happen this week. It might also drop next Monday. So I can't tell you for sure yet. But I will say, if you like home brewing and you want to brew with ingredients, you just follow us on Instagram, social media, Facebook, Twitter, places.
So vague. You're a home brewer and you like to brew with ingredients. Okay. Yeah. Everybody collectively hold your breath right now.
The rest of you guys can all go home.
Yeah, if you're here for anything else, if you're making cider, leave. This is not the contest for you.
I don't like to use ingredients.
Yeah, no, I brewed water
it's a
again.
novel idea.
It was great. If you have any feedback on this show, and why wouldn't you, send it to feedback@thebrewingnetwork.com, and I will get it and filter it out and determine if it's worth reading, and usually it all is, so there you go. I also find how often I touch my face in a time when I can't touch my face.
You can touch your face.
I can't touch. No, you can't touch your face. Do not start telling people they can touch their face. You can't touch your face.
Okay, don't touch your face.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you very much. You want to do a Twitter game?
Yeah, I just want to get you off this ledge right now.
No, I'm not on a ledge, man. I'm just being...
You want to go tour a cruise ship in San Francisco right now with me?
I'm being sane.
Okay.
I do, actually. That'd be fun. No, I don't.
What's the Twitter game?
Twitter game today is brought to you, of course, first by a little brewery called the 21st Amendment. Pete's Coffee and 21st Amendment, which apparently, Tasty, I don't know if you knew this, were two iconic Bay Area companies, and they collaborated on a beer that I haven't had yet called 1966.
Wait, hold on. I haven't brought you this
Coffee IPA.
I thought I brought it for you last week.
No.
I brought it to the birthday party.
That's right. You did do that, man. It was the hit of the party, let me tell you.
Keep going. Keep with the spot, please.
1966 Coffee IPA. See how I went back and had to reread the name because you stepped on the name. I didn't want you to step on the name.
I'm going to keep doing that so you keep repeating it.
Which is named, of course, after the year Pete's was founded at their original location in Berkeley, California. Man, Pete's Coffee sounds good right now. Rather than the traditional dark beer with coffee, they wanted to have fun with the melding of hops and coffee, paying attention to the coffee varietal and manipulating the roast level to nut, or gaslighting as I like to call it, the roast level to nudge the subtle flavors from the beans for an incredibly unique IPA. 1966 Coffee IPA, handcrafted with Pete's Ethiopian supernatural coffee. Ethiopian coffee is great, man. If you like that light and fruity, it's so good.
Oh, it's so good.
With its lemon and blueberry characteristics perfectly complementing the tropical, and I'm like swallowing my words now, and tropical and fruity hop flavors and aromas of Amarillo, Citra, and Centennial. West Coast IPA comes in at 6.8% ABV. 1966 Coffee IPA is the name, and it's also the first collaboration beer between the two companies and is available wherever you find 21st Amendment beer.
Thank you for reading that.
Is that in all 26 states?
You're welcome.
We're in 30 states now.
30 now. Congratulations.
Yes. Oh, wow.
Who are the new ones?
We are in...
I think Colorado was the last one I heard.
Colorado, Michigan. We just signed in Michigan. Okay. And there's several other states I don't remember right now because I've been hand sanitizer.
It's been doing lines of it.
I've been huffing the sanitizer.
A little high on alcohol.
You squeeze it out and you let it dry and you scrape it up.
Great.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's your favorite place.
Good job, Sully. All right. Well, I just thought of this one because, I don't know.
You just touched your face.
Yeah, but with like my arm, I had to scratch my nose.
Well,
I had to scratch my nose.
Touching your face.
But not with my hands.
I'll come over and use my hand.
Please do.
That's okay, right?
Actually, use your feet. That'd be nice, too.
Okay, I'll do that. That's fine.
Give me a good excuse to cancel the rest of the session shows until Justin's road trip starts. I think it's a good Twitter game.
That's it. That's the
tour
What
game.
is the excuse?
Yeah, what's the excuse?
Okay.
Because it's like everyone's tired. I don't know. Who wants to do anything anymore?
It is winter kind of time. Yeah,
I'm enjoying the show.
Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah. Bev looks like...
I'm still awake.
She looks angry right now.
I just texted you a bunch.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Am I supposed to? Am I going to be upset?
No. Well, I asked for your coffee order, and then I was informing you that you did something wrong.
What did I do wrong?
Mistake?
That was the wrong live read, but whatever.
No, it wasn't.
Are you looking at the show log that I sent you today? Because I am.
You're on the same page.
It just says 2-1-A live read.
For under Twitter?
Oh, for Twitter again.
Bro.
Yeah. It's fine. Whatever, dude. It's fine. I will fix it. I apologize.
Do you have to do my read again? That's fine.
I don't have to do your read again. I was supposed to make it for someone else, but I screwed up.
Okay.
I screwed up. The problem is the outline. So I'm using like an old copy of Justin's outline, and I didn't go through the log and do it because I'm not used to doing it that way.
Gotcha.
So anyway.
All right, well,
thanks, Bev.
We'll correct this in post.
You can also just tell me on the air because my phone's like literally in my pocket, which is
It never
draped
is.
over
I didn't
the back
expect
of the,
that. Sorry.
Yeah, well, because I don't want to leave it on the counter. I don't know who's the
Very
last person to use
respectful.
this room. They have coronavirus.
Just cleaned the counters.
Yeah, but I can see rings still, so you didn't do a very good job. Oh, I just want a regular drip coffee. Please.
I'm not getting you coffee. Never mind.
Okay.
Hey, Tasty, how's it
I'm
going?
gonna go get myself some.
You would
that's a
too.
wide open
Just work
subject.
it out.
Yeah, let's do a little feedback.
Oh, yeah, feedback.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I'm just doing.
Roll that shit.
I'm giving Bev feedback. I'm
Bev
not
just
giving.
gave you
Roll
the
that
eye.
theme
She
song.
just
Yeah.
gave you the side eye when she walked out that door.
No coffee for you, bitch.
She
Yeah, I
is
know.
not coming back.
That's all right. Who
To
cares?
drive this plane by ourselves.
She's all grouchy today when I came in. I'm all grouchy and depressed and.
Tasty's here. He's happy. I'm
Tasty's-
happy.
Yeah.
Look,
I'm
now
over
that I know that Tasty's back to almost functioning
full
levels of
horn
horniness,
dog
yeah,
level.
his horny
Not
level
at
is
all.
almost 9,000.
Not at all.
I'm but almost. I do feel
there's
better.
Movement. I feel movement now and then. You know what I mean?
That might be the hazy IPA coming out.
Could be.
Yeah.
I was wet my pants. Who knows?
Standing in front of a fan. Okay, feedback. Let me see. Feedback today is brought to you by. Let's see. What should I do? I need because I did screw up. Feedback today is brought to you by the folks at the Wine and Hop Shop. You go to thewineandhopshop.com. They will help you out. They will help you learn how to brew. They will learn how to help you make wine and a whole bunch of other cool stuff. They're great people. They've been supporting the show for a long time.
Sounds like fun.
So check them out as well. I appreciate them very much.
Good stuff.
All right. Feedback. Still don't have a lot. I don't know. I missed sort of like the days of like the 20-minute feedback, but maybe not. This first one is from Joe. He says, I've been listening to the BN for about 12 years.
Hey, Joe.
12 years. Oh, good.
That's a long-ass time, dude.
Back in the early
We haven't
days.
been around
It's
that
like,
long.
Yeah.
Not much longer.
Because of the BN, I've become a BJCP judge.
congratulations.
I hope you're a good one. Most of them, I better shut up.
Yeah.
Now you can speak,
No, most of them are not very good. But they have been
There's
getting
different
better.
different levels of judges.
They have been getting a lot
There's good
better.
ones and there's not so good ones.
Exactly.
And they're all good because they're great volunteers. I appreciate every second.
Yeah,
They
for
judge.
sure. Because of the BN, I've become BJCP judge, a Cicerone. That's pretty good. And I work for an awesome brewery. I'm excited to be judging the first round of the NHC outside Philly this year. Also, I'm proud to say I've been drunk of the week 3 times back when that was a thing.
Who is this? We might know this guy.
Joe.
Joe.
I'm going to give you his email address if you want.
Easy Joe.
Yeah.
I'd like to know what he won for. But keep going, please.
I learned a ton from the BN. I even think JP has been great at filling in for Justin.
I did that.
Yeah, well, I ad-libbed that one. I just want to thank you guys. I'm just kidding. For all the amazing information you've given to the craft beer community over the years. And Bev isn't here, but suck it, Bevo.
Oh, well.
The
she's getting
rare.
your coffee.
Yeah, she
Pass
better.
that on.
Man, if she doesn't bring me coffee back, I'm going to. Usually I have my tea, but I'm like, it's fine. I'm rested. It's fine. It's not fine.
Sounds like privilege to me.
You are really bothered today, young man.
Well, the thing about hosting a radio show is you have to have a lot of things to say.
Yeah.
Oh,
And that's all I'm doing. Yeah, I'm just talking, man. Don't worry about it, Sully. It's all right.
I know, but that's how that's the.
Well, I told you at my party that you.
complain, I
Oh,
complain.
wait.
Yeah. Anyway.
Is your dog dying, really?
Yeah, it really is.
Really?
Yeah, it was very sad at my house.
All dogs
Oh,
are
that
dying.
sucks, man.
Yes.
Well, did that interfere with your record shopping the next day, or? James writes, "Hey guys, I'm sure you'll be coming through Texas at some point. I would like for you to come visit our brand new, not even open yet brewery. Hopefully July will be the month. We're located in a small town called Golston. Don't flip me up. Just north of another small town called Elmont. 2 words. I didn't just sort of stall out saying Elmont. It's 2 words. Which is just north of a bigger town called Waco. You may have heard of Waco due to recent events such as the Twin Peaks motorcycle shooting or the Baylor University football scandal. And prior to that, the David Koresh and Branch Davidians. Not a rock band. Well, I mean, to be fair, James, David Koresh did have a rock band, so you can say...
Crossover.
Right.
It's crossover.
On a positive note, we house...
Other cool news.
We house the Gaines, the Gaines, he says, from the Fixer Upper show, which I feel like is the entirety of like the TLC network. So I couldn't tell you exactly what show. Yeah, I'm sorry, James, I don't know. And a relatively new but growing craft beer scene. That's more important, to be honest with you.
Talking.
Yeah, look, tell you what, James, if you want something to Fixer Upper, make it be the craft beer scene.
Yeah. Is there any good beer in Waco?
Apparently there is now.
Okay, good.
Waco is located, he's not in Waco, so I can't say that for sure, but Waco is located halfway between Dallas, Fort Worth, and Austin, so you could be driving through it, he says. We'd love to have you, and there's plenty of parking for the RV and repair shop within walking distance.
There you go.
And that's Golston Brewing. That's cool. James.
Golston Brewing.
Yeah.
Thanks for the shout-out.
Yeah, it's cool. Why not, man? Yeah, I do like Austin, too. They just canceled South by Southwest.
They did?
It took big balls to do that.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. I'm sort of wondering, well, I probably shouldn't.
That's a lot of
You were going to say they're going to cancel Coachella, is what you're about to say.
They definitely are. You know what? I saw online, someone brilliant opened up a drive-through weed shop on the way into Coachella.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, that is real estate, location.
That's
right?
gold, huh?
That's,
yeah.
A drive-through weed shop? Come on.
And an In-N-Out burger? You're golden. You're going to get off that off-ramp.
Hell yeah, you are, dude.
Order
And
once,
an Adidas outlet store? Come on.
Outlet store to get your...
Come on, tracksuit, baby.
Tracksuit, there you
go. I did do a costume change halfway through the party and put my tracksuit on. Good time. This is from Clayton, our good buddy Clayton. Says, have you ever thought of making bottle caps and sell them through the website or even more beer? I imagine he's, I'll let Clayton explain. Even if you can't put a hop grenade for fear that would risk breweries buying it and claiming it as theirs, maybe just do BN or any of your other logos, including maybe specific shows. And he says, well, now I kind of want Ears Up bottle caps.
Yeah.
Go to earsup-podcast.com. Clayton, I did order those. Look, dude, you can order Ears Up bottle caps till the cows come home, dude. I don't care. Anyways, if you do, make different colors because I use green for hoppy beers and then yellow through purple to represent what styles are in the bottle from Helles to Stout, which is a very Clayton thing to do, by the way. Have a nice life, he says, Clayton. P.S. Speaking of life, suck it, Shimkey.
Whoa.
Yeah. Have a nice life. I hope he's not going to, off himself.
No, I think that's just his way of signing off.
He's being weird.
It's a peculiar way.
It's a very peculiar way.
Like him.
It's the term of endearment, you know what I mean?
You think it is?
Oh, yeah. For the suck it thing? Yeah, for sure.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah. Okay. Has anybody ever sucked at Sully?
No.
Tasty, do you remember that?
Doesn't sound familiar at all.
I never get that
You
one.
never gotten a suck at Sully?
No.
So next week is an off week. Hopefully the week after, we'll come back to a nice, fat, juicy selection of suck at Sully's.
Emphasis, the juicy's got to be a part of that.
That'd be nice, right?
I'll accept that for the show.
But not
in
at
person.
All afterwards.
Exactly.
Okay, not in person.
Button that up.
Yeah. It'll be like the days
Sir
of
Sully.
It'll be like the days of the big head and the Vespa. You'd be like, oh, good. 5 years
Ian.
later, like, God bless. My head's not that big. Well,
where's my Vespa? Actually, that's still around.
The Vesperino, dude?
Yeah, that's my son's mom has it parked in her. She uses it all the time.
Really?
Yeah, it's a long story.
Hey, man.
It's over though.
Yeah, it's over. That's definitely over. Thank you for bringing that up. But the Vespa lives.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I'll drive it out here one day.
I feel like it's dangerous. I feel like
I just saying it for the show.
Okay.
I will never do that.
On a rainy day, do the dark.
Well, that's probably true. All right, I'll tell you what.
Call Motor, he'll drive it out for you.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break.
Yeah, motor.
Oh, wait. No, I hit the wrong button. Bless. I just touched my face now.
Blessed. You keep saying blessed.
And a button both? Oh.
Well, because I think
hazmat.
I curse a lot. I don't want to curse anymore. I'm literally going to spray my face with sanitizer in a second. I swear to God,
Don't close your eyes.
I'm ready to do that.
What's the big deal? You've like put the lotion on your hand 3 times now since I've been here. You can touch your face now.
No, I can't. Because hand sanitizer doesn't kill all the germs and stuff. It reduces the count, but it doesn't kill them. Only soap and water.
And then you're putting that.
And then I'm putting it back down on the thing.
Oh, Jesus.
And so it's
I'm exhausted.
How do you think I feel? That's why I need coffee. She's not back yet. She's coffee lady.
Growing the coffee.
No. Well, anyway, hang on a second, everybody. We're going to be right back with Federation Brewing. Go to federationbrewing.com. Apparently, it all happens, they say, on the gram. So there's not a whole lot going on the website, but you can check them out at Federation Brew and see what you're in for here on the session. Hang on. We'll be right back.
Oh, God.
You're tuned into this session.
Because life's too short to listen to crappy radio.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. I think I just got slow motion hip checked by Beverly.
Well, you're still on your feet. That's a good sign.
Well, I'm sitting down.
She's losing her edge.
That's true. That's true.
You're not on your S.
Yeah. All right. What is happening, everybody? Welcome back to the show.
We do that well. Come back.
We do, honestly. You know what?
There's nowhere to go.
Yeah, I keep touching my fucking face, bro.
Dude.
Like my eyes are itchy now.
Put some
like,
gloves on.
You know when you get like the sleep in the corner of your eye, and like I feel like it's all crusty. I have to like deal with. I have to deal with it.
All right, we're going to take a few breaks during the show to touch the face.
Touch some face.
And not
That's
touch
all
the
I'm
face.
doing is touching my face right now.
Is there a face touch buttons? Or...
No, there should be though. You know what I need is one of those like those grabbers that old people have with a hand on it just to touch my face.
Whoa.
Yeah, well, Tasty, you sure? Can I borrow your grabber?
I got 3 of those things.
No, I don't know if I want to touch it.
Grabber.
The boys from Federation Brewing are here. Welcome, everybody.
Thank you. Hello.
Aram and Matt are in the studio, and Beth's pouring beers. I'm very excited about all that.
It's a good day.
It is a good day.
I even poured one for myself.
Oh, really?
Nice job.
Bev's having a beer. Holler, dude.
She got you coffee. She's having a beer. It's a good party.
She did get me coffee, and I really
Everybody touch
appreciate
your
that.
face and celebrate.
That's how you know you're friends, and you can touch your faces. Welcome, guys. Appreciate you coming here. It's a long haul. We were talking, just because I like to go out of order for dumb stuff. We were talking a little bit more during the break before we came back about the nice view that you guys have in Oakland, or the cruise ship that's parked out there. Sully was like, "Is that impacting you guys at all?" And you're like, "Well,
as a matter of fact,
yeah."
She's a beaut. It looks great there in the ocean. It's a lovely, lovely ship of death.
Right.
So it's parked right. It's docked right there.
It's like right there.
I think it's at Howard Terminal.
Yeah, I think it's at Howard. Probably.
Yeah.
I actually didn't go. They won't let you near there.
Yeah. No, you're good.
All right. Yeah, they won't let you anywhere near. There's a whole big perimeter. But if I had to guess,
Of course, yeah.
I walked through the marina and didn't see it like this morning at around 10, but
I don't know.
It's there now.
Yeah.
I saw Ben Carson on the news yesterday. He seems on top of it. I'm not worried.
Yeah.
Not to worry.
Yeah.
Well,
we got our sharpest text.
We're touching our face now. Remember, I remember when you couldn't even touch your face, and now you can touch your face. So thank you, Mr.
Everything's
President.
going to be okay.
But is the coronavirus? I mean, it hasn't really. It's sort of touched the Bay Area a little bit, but. And you can weigh in, too, if you want to tell you. Has it sort of impacted your tap room
I would say
at all?
yes.
Yeah?
We've already noticed a difference. Yeah.
Yep.
You'll notice it more in the next few weeks, too, for sure. It's only going to grow.
Not only has our tap room attendance maybe gone down a little bit, but just this morning during our sales meeting, a lot of people are saying that they're pretty slow right now. It's just a slow time. And
yeah, traffic. There was no traffic. I mean, I got
That's
out there
bizarre.
in like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
bizarre.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Roads are empty.
And you were still late.
Yeah. Actually, I was 2 minutes on time. But after 7.
That's right.
Yeah, so I think it's definitely having an effect. I mean, I don't want to talk too much about it because I want people to go out there and drink beer. But,
right.
So create this false front. But yeah, I mean, it is, you're noticing it. I mean, you look at it, see what's happening with airlines and all this, fares are cheap. And there's open seats and all this. It's insane right now.
Yeah, you can get really, really cheap cruise tickets right now.
Yep.
And like they're offering refunds and shit too, so you can get free refund. Yeah, but
I booked my flight to CBC for $100.
Oh my god!
I mean, each way, but $100.
But that was even cheaper than you were looking at the other day.
We were just talking about it. Are they going to cancel it? They keep canceling conventions.
I know.
That seems odd that hasn't happened.
Right? And not even a murmur of it.
They're monitoring it.
Anything.
Yeah, they've said that they're monitoring the situation in San Antonio, I think, closely.
Yeah. Well, they've already canceled
the South by Southwest?
Chinese element. No Chinese manufacturers are coming to CBC.
Really?
Oh, wow.
They let them come in.
Okay. It is someone on Facebook was making a good point. They're like, what about a lot of these judges come from other countries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
half of them.
Yeah.
Actually, are you going to 75%, as a matter of fact, it's
more than I thought. Okay.
Yeah. It's so I'm curious about that because I'm judging this year. So
by yourself.
I'll just be there by myself. I'll be judging all the beers.
That's right.
It'll just be me and Beverly and a $100 ticket.
Yeah.
One long day.
Yeah. You guys are touching each other's faces.
Why do you have to bring that up?
Because I like it. I don't know. I like watching you guys do it. Do you
It's
have
going to be a party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's hard for brewers too because we all have beards. Well, it seems to be like a majority. You
Yeah.
always have to consult the beard all the time.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that
for sure.
anymore.
Yeah.
So you're so used to it.
It is the magic 8-ball of the beer industry,
Yeah.
for sure.
No doubt.
You're like, what am I
Maybe you
supposed
can't
to
touch
do?
your face, but you can touch your beard.
Yeah, I don't have a
and then
beard
make a beer
yet.
out of it.
There you go.
Yeah, who would do that? That'd be weird.
I've just never wanted to touch my face more than I do at this very moment.
I think that's
Go ahead,
the
it's
problem.
okay.
I'm not only wanting to touch it, but I want to talk about doing it, which I've never also done before.
Never wanted to touch other people's
Yeah,
faces.
I mean, we've talked on the show about how we touch ourselves, but it's not in the face area. So, do you have? Are you thinking about maybe, like Tasty's saying, in the future? I don't know, like a month, if things start slowing down, are you changing your production schedule to impact that, or do you? I mean, who's to know, right? So
it's hard to know that, like, for the first time, maybe not the first time, but it literally came up in conversation. Is like, well, so how can we sell? Maybe we should look at more e-commerce and getting beer out to people so they don't have to come in.
Yeah.
Okay,
like
yeah.
how to like boost that up if people are a little nervous to come out right now.
Yeah.
So
you're getting creative.
We're getting a little creative,
Yeah.
or at least trying to think about it. Like,
Great.
I think, there's certainly some, maybe a little overreaction about like just going out.
Yeah,
but
for sure. Agreed.
I mean, like the highways that is
like, where is
very
everybody?
noticeable. Like,
where I mean, what do you I'm at home. I'm hunkering down.
well, I mean, and then the big companies like Twitter and people, they're saying you're staying
Square,
home. All
yeah.
those commuters are not on the road, so that does make and those are huge companies, so that makes a big difference.
And that and actually, are the companies we work with that supply their office buildings are slowing down because there aren't any people in those office buildings
that's right.
either. I kind of feel like we're saying Candyman into the mirror 3 times here.
Speaking it into fruition or whatever. Yeah.
You guys, we're healthy.
Yeah.
We're not elderly.
That's true. Tasty's like checking boxes. He's like, fuck.
I guess.
No, some of us are. Yeah, I need to get the word out. The beer is good, and the people are there. Come out and try it.
No.
It's fine. Just don't touch your face.
Yeah.
If you come out, if you feel sick, stay home.
Exactly.
But if you come
Otherwise,
out,
come on out.
wash your hands, drink some beer.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's the biggest message. If you're sick, stay home.
Yeah.
How-
Otherwise, you need to come on out.
How many wash your hands IPAs are we going to see on Untapped for the next month?
Well,
I know.
those
Well,
are-
it's easy for service industry folks to, they are used to working through illnesses, 'cause
they know how to cover shifts.
Well, because they have to, because they don't get sick leave.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've had to reiterate that a few times. Like, make sure if you're not sick, if you're sick, do not come in.
Do not come in.
Yeah, don't.
Imagine if we
100%.
had a functioning healthcare policy in this country.
That'd be amazing.
Watch out.
Whoa. That's way too progressive.
Everything's fine. What are you talking about?
Yeah. No country in the world does that.
Millions and millions.
All right, well, let's get back to roots a little bit. Let's get a little positivity going on. So, Matt and Aram, you guys are owners? I mean, it says in my notes, but I'd rather just talk to you about it. You both own the company?
Yeah.
Yes.
Who does the brewing?
Aram. This guy over here.
Yo.
Podcasting, a very visual medium.
Yeah, that's me.
All I have to do is raise my hand.
We got Aram Dice Clay over here. Yo. Hickory dickory dock. I put the hops in the pot. Hey.
Awesome.
Where did you get your start brewing?
Well, I'm probably fairly unique in that I started home brewing. I don't know how I came into this.
I don't know anybody.
Wait, slow down. I got to get a hand. You were a home brewer?
You can
got into professional brewing.
I was a home brewer in Portland.
All right,
friend.
slow down.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
They have home brewers up there?
With his first kid, he got a flannel shirt.
You moved to Portland at the DMV, they give you a homebrew kit. How it
don't pump your own.
Here's your kit.
Here's some tight pants.
Yeah.
That's right. How do I pitch Izzy's? That is not my problem. So how long were you homebrewing?
Well, I guess when was the last time I homebrewed?
That's a good question, too, yeah.
Might be a more reasonable question. 2012 probably was the last time I homebrewed.
Sure.
Okay.
Before that, probably 4 or 5 years before that.
Nice.
Yep.
And then got it in my head. Two things. We're both California kids. We're Bay Area kids.
Okay.
And we both left and went to these like incredible beer centric places.
Why not?
Myself to
Chico,
Portland
go.
and Matt to Chico.
Sure.
Okay. All right.
And sort of wandered back here at the point at which we realized this was something we wanted to do.
This is where you wanted to be.
Yeah.
Cool.
Not only that, but it is the absolute folly to try to do it in Portland.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And not only that, but I require sunlight. I require a steady diet.
I see. Personal needs.
I am weak.
Okay. All right.
Spoiled.
I melt when you expose me to weather.
Too much weather.
This is what happens when you grow up in California.
Was it that hard? Because my dream has always been to move to the Pacific Northwest because I love the rain. But I feel like I love the rain potentially because we never see it.
You say that now.
Okay,
Right.
all right.
And Portland is wonderful, and it is completely imaginary.
Yeah.
It just does not exist in any real
TV
plane.
It's a figment.
It's like the internet where like if you're on Twitter all the time, that's not real life. Like going out in public in Portland, I feel like is sort of like that where what is this, a TV show?
It's just
is it a play?
Portlandia is not satire. It's just
the real deal.
documentary.
Oh, yeah,
It's
okay.
a mirror.
It's a narrative.
Go
It's not a
up
real
there,
place.
like,
It's just a story.
Yeah.
You can pay for this sandwich with a poem. That's fine. Like I
Jeez.
will steal this joke from Pat and Oswalt right here and now.
Okay, well, well, first of all, did you guys know each other before this?
Oh, boy, did we.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Hey, there's a story there.
Yeah.
We met in middle school band.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Who played what?
Band camp.
What did you play? This is very important for the interview, guys.
Instrumental band?
Yeah.
This was 7th grade concert band.
Okay.
And
So no slouches to whatever you were playing, I'm sure.
well, as good as one can be in 7th grade. I switched from. So here's what happened: is I switched from trumpet, which is fine, to bass, which is way better.
There we go.
And then not having bass music, they just sat me next to the tuba player and told me to read his music.
And that was me.
Sound like him.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So he just had a copy off you the whole time.
Pretty
Matt.
much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, because he was an actual
I love
musician. I was just some asshole who wanted to just like play Zeppelin songs.
For sure. Yeah, you're like tabbing along. Okay, all
Well,
right.
it was helpful because then he'd teach me that.
Yeah.
And then I'd show him what notes to play.
How to transpose into notes that don't actually exist on an electric bass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we were our band teacher called us the Low People, which we sort of adopted both sonically and morally.
Okay. All right. I appreciate that very much.
Yeah.
So you split up, you go your separate ways, and you come back. Well, actually, let's get into Matt. Were you homebrewing up in Chico, or what were you doing up there besides probably drinking too much?
Yeah, I was drinking too much, but there was, did some homebrewing. I tried desperately to work at Sierra Nevada, and I could never get in.
Mm-hmm.
No, everyone loved they never had openings. Everyone loved working there.
Sure.
So there was a couple back. Let's see, there was the Butte Creek back then, and then there was also Have Another have another pale ale, have another
Okay.
have another brewery.
That was the name of the brewery?
Yeah, that was the name of the
sounds
brewery.
vaguely familiar.
Is that?
Well, that was like
Butte Creek, yeah,
essentially
but
a gimmick, right?
Organic, were they?
Yeah,
I want to have another pale ale.
yeah, that's the gimmick. Yeah.
I want to have another. What are you talking about? You haven't had any yet.
Yeah.
I know, but I want to.
Well, no, but someone who had already ordered a Sierra
Right.
would go up to the bar. Hey, let me have another pale ale, and then you go, "Ha! Technically, you've ordered my beer."
That's right.
So in Chico, I spent most of my time bartending / cooking. I was and I had been a chef for a while, and that was sort of. I kind of had bounced in between going to music school and being a chef / bartender.
Music school for tuba?
Yeah.
You carried tuba along from 7th grade all the way through?
I did.
Wow.
Did you bring it? Very heavy.
Yeah, you must have been a hell of a tuba player.
It has backpack straps, and I did not bring it.
What sort of music do you play with the tuba that's not like German? You know what I mean?
Oompa, polka music?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I played a lot of, I was in the orchestra, and I played in a brass quintet.
Okay.
Oh, brass quintet.
Yes, you see.
Wow, I didn't know we were talking about different languages here.
We played the church scene. It was pretty. It was pretty big. Yeah, man.
Wait,
Easter was big.
Didn't you also play tuba in a metal band?
Well, I did make so I had a lot of metal. I was a metalhead too.
Yeah,
so I had a lot
clearly.
And I played guitar, and we would play in bands, and I would sometimes bring the tuba out during.
To show it around.
Yeah.
Just cause
I had one, so why
so
not?
metal.
Did it work?
I mean, it's technically the most metal.
That's true. Yeah.
I don't even know how to answer that question.
Like, did it
work?
Did it vibe? Like when you played it on a track? What kind of metal? Like
it's loud and heavy.
Yeah.
You're playing the riffs, not the oompa. You're playing the riffs.
I'm playing the booms, not the chucks.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it gelled. It was a gimmick that worked. Not a gimmick, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
What kind of metal? What kind of metal are we talking about? Like thrash?
Yeah, thrash mostly then. Yeah.
All right, I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Like along the Slayer vibes, I guess.
Yeah.
Listening to that. Yeah.
Okay.
Thrash is a good way to go.
Okay.
Nice.
But that was like I was living two different lives. I had
Who doesn't do that?
My school like serious classical musician type of person that I was trying to be at school, and then outside of that, I was exploring
sonically
and drinkily. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you have like an actual band and cut albums and shit like that?
No,
or just
not really.
off?
Yeah, just goofing off mostly. I had some other friends that did, but that I didn't really ever latch on to something that was that big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even an album.
Or I'd sit in with other friends, but I was never actually a part. Most of my time with actually spending time with bands was in the like orchestral set.
In the classical set.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's worth noting that he managed the bar that sold more Jägermeister than any other bar in Northern California.
That's
Just by way of context for what he was up to.
This is true. There's a lot of that shit sold, man.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, I can imagine in Chico. Yeah, it's.
It was right across the street from campus. It was kind of
lunch break.
And a pipeline of that shit.
That's
lunch break. Yeah.
Get your Jaeger on.
Yeah, I got my Psych 101 finals soon. Give me 4 Jaeger shots. I gotta do this thing.
Do this.
Hey, I had a lot of teachers come in there too. I got to know them pretty well. Yeah.
Nice. So, were you homebrewing? You said you.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay,
yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit.
I was certainly that like would end up happening on the weekends or whatever at parties and stuff. We'd end up brewing a beer.
Nice.
It never really took like it started with the bag underneath the bed. You have the remember the bag?
Oh yeah, the brew in the bag or whatever.
Brew in the bag thing.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
we did that like freshman year, and we kept it underneath our.
I'm assuming you're still talking about brewing and not something else.
That's
okay.
Well, there might have been other bags under there too, but it never got true. Like I never really dove into it until I came back.
Yeah, the better place to do it.
Like it was just a hobby that was fun, but you weren't necessarily trying to figure out chemistry.
It's more about alcohol.
I was more,
Right.
it was at that point it was, but I was also more into cooking.
Yeah,
I was more into working with those kinds of flavors,
like recipe formulation kind of thing, rather than okay.
But it actually suited me pretty well with sort of the like working within the confines of rules, sort of like music or whatever, and having the tools to apply and the artistry of putting flavors together and stuff. Yeah, so like I definitely gravitated toward pretty naturally.
Okay, awesome.
And that all sort of suited us pretty well once we moved back to the Bay Area. We were sort of putting our heads together. Yeah, man, we ought to do this. We ought to do this. Just pipe dreaming.
Yeah.
And then one day we noticed in the paper that there was going to be in Redwood City a permit hearing for this brewery that was going to be trying to open up. Huh. And we said, oh, well, you know what? If we have to open a brewery, if we want to open a brewery someday, we'll have to go through one of those. That sounds interesting.
Find out what that's about.
Let's go see what that's about.
So you just you attended the permit hearing for
8:30 a.m. on Wednesday. We rolled into like Redwood City Hall.
Yeah,
and there's like on the dais, there's like the city planner and I don't know whoever the hell. And it looked like a trial, really.
Okay, it probably was.
And it was very easy to identify, like the city employees versus the brewery owners.
Sure,
but it was
beards.
It was the 5 people who were involved in this process, and then us and nobody else. Because it was 8:30 on a Wednesday, and who gives a shit?
Yeah, I'm sure that's probably why. It was just because of the time.
And so all the heads just sort of swirl over to us, like, who are these assholes, and what problem are they about to cause for us?
Yeah.
Nobody's at these meetings.
Yeah, who shows up to this unless they're like
they thought we were going to complain.
From the brewery. Yeah. The brewery was like they're going to stand up and say we don't want this in their neighborhood.
We will not have those smells.
That's right.
Yeah. All those people.
Yeah, I have tuba practice to attend to. I can't be distracted by smells. Okay, so you're at the hearing, yeah,
and we just sit there very politely watching and taking it all in. And this is all very interesting. And they're just sort of just side-eyeing us the whole time, just waiting for us to stand up and slam our shoe on the dais and object. Yeah. Thing ends, and the brewers come over to us afterwards. They're like, "Hi."
Yeah.
And you are.
And what brings you here? We're like, we're brewers, we're fans. We're so stoked you guys are like doing a thing. Like we just wanted to come and see what's up with that. And they're like, oh, thank God.
That's on our parade.
Yeah. And so they turned out to be the guys who were opening Freewheel.
Okay.
It was Malcolm and Gary and Larry.
Nice.
And they did and they had just I guess maybe they had just signed the lease on that place. It was still
new.
To all appearances, it was still a laundromat.
Okay, good.
That's true.
And so we basically over the course of the next few months just like forced ourselves upon them.
Okay.
We're like, hi, we're your new assistants.
Because you're home brewers.
Yeah.
And that's what. When was this? 2012. You said?
Yeah.
Okay.
When it not get pushy.
Yeah.
Yeah. As well. Yeah. We'll be here. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's interesting. When do you be here next? Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah.
We'll be here.
We actually don't.
They won't leave.
Yeah.
Well, it worked. They ended up hiring.
And they ended up hiring us.
Yeah.
Okay. To do what?
I was the chef, and
they had a little kitchen or whatever.
Yeah, a little kitchen.
Nice.
So like I helped design the kitchen, design their opening menu. Yeah.
Wow.
Put it all together. Yeah.
And
not only that, but we got hooked up with them early enough where we were there throughout the whole build out.
Wow.
We helped with. We just volunteered. I was like, yeah, well, we'll come and help.
You helped them build the brewery.
We built the whole brewery with them.
Great.
Yeah,
wow.
It was great. Yeah.
Well, that had to help you guys in your endeavor going out. Like
it was amazing. Yeah.
For sure. You screw up with someone else's money.
We will never do that. Yeah. Thank you for showing us that.
Yeah, they had this great guy, Vincent Johnson.
Wow.
Nice.
From he
Sounds
used
like
to
a body part.
He used to
or an actor. Go ahead.
Yeah.
He used to weld subs underwater for the Royal Navy in England.
Okay.
And then got into brewery fabrication. And he came over here, and he's one of these like just kind of crusty old punks, like smoking a hand rolled under his welding mask, like
he was badass. Yeah.
Fair to say, we both had a little man crush on him.
Yeah.
In fact, we tried to get him to build our brewery, and then all the complications of having European mixing with American, like electronics and all that other all that.
And getting things UA certified or UL certified rather. And it was,
to bring them over from England or whatever. Okay.
And Freewheel was so committed to authenticity, like we must have an English brew house.
Yeah, because they do English style beers. Yeah, right.
And we were like, wouldn't it be fun to work with Vincent again? Oh God, look at this math.
Nothing matches up.
So you couldn't bring Vincent over. Well, how long were you guys at Freewheel?
So I don't know.
I was there for a couple of years.
Yeah. So and I ended up being this sort of assistant brewer, dishwasher,
guy,
front of house guy, jack of all everything. Matt let me cook occasionally, which shocked me.
Nice.
You were good at rolling pretzels.
Yeah.
That's a good
Well,
task.
it's just like 7th grade.
Yeah.
He's helping you through life.
Yeah. No,
that was also where I got to brew on my before we built the brewery at Freewheel. We would go and brew in Magnolia's basement brewery.
Okay.
That was
up in the Haight.
up in the Haight. That was some of my first commercial sized brewing was
for Freewheel.
For Freewheel. Well, that was I just tagged along with Malcolm every time he would go and just help him out.
Because Malcolm sort of understudied with Dave.
Yeah.
For a while there.
All right. It's that Bay Area brew scene.
It is. We're all connected.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like 2 degrees of separation.
Yeah.
At most.
Yeah.
So, at what point were you talking about moving on and doing something for yourselves?
We were talking about it that whole time.
That was always the goal. But we were like, we should probably not go into this completely cold.
Okay. Did you have a business plan beforehand? Or it was just talking about it, this whole thing came up and you're like, well, let's fall into this and then we'll write something up as we go.
I mean, we've went through several permutations of the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we had one, yeah.
So what was your inaugural brew system? What did you come out with when you first opened your place?
Well,
was it
so we started.
You brought another equipment. It sounds like first.
Yeah. Well, we started as a contract brewer.
Okay. All right.
So we worked with Fort Point was our first brewery that we brewed with
when they were just starting.
When they were just getting going.
All right.
And then we kind of floated around to anyone that could accommodate our schedule.
Mostly EJ Fair and then Morgan Territory once they got open. So
all right.
Followed Kyle over there.
Great.
Nice.
Great.
And then we finally ended up getting a 15-barrel brew house from Deutsche Beverage.
Okay.
They're out of
North Carolina.
North Carolina, yeah.
That was all American-made equipment?
No.
Sadly, no.
Not at all. Definitely no.
It's that thing they've got their own OEM manufacturing contract in China.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the China steel, and then they bring it back over and assemble it all stateside.
That's pretty common now.
Which is really common now. And it's the difference between paying for that versus getting relatively the same stuff, but it's American steel. It's more than twice as expensive. It's
unaffordable.
It's very, very costly.
Yeah.
At a point, I would love to do that, but it's just it was.
Yeah, it's one of those things where your bumper sticker ethics meet your wallet.
No.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a hard line.
I mean, it sounds like you also went with a company who has jobs still in America. Like you're still paying people who work here, so there's something. I don't know.
Yeah, they've been good to work with.
Yeah. All right, excellent. Yeah. Well, before we keep talking about your history and what you guys are doing and whatever the brewery, let's drink some beer.
Let's do it.
And we have 2 beers in our glass. I'm imagining the hazy one is the Hef. I don't know which is the Hef. I don't know, man.
And the Hef is the hazy one.
I don't, and that's the thing. You could tell me it's a pastry stout, and I'd be like, "Fucking beer, dude." I don't know.
Who knows
sure.
anymore?
Let's talk about it. Which one is which?
So this is the hazy IPA.
Okay, this is the hazy IPA. So the clearer one is the Hefeweizen.
And the clearer one is the Hefeweizen.
I love craft beer. So, so confusing. What's this one called?
It's called High Five of Doom.
Okay, I love it.
It's a Rocco's Modern Life. You remember that show?
I do, but I never caught it a whole lot.
There's an episode where they're afraid that one of the guys can kill via high five.
Oh shit. That'd be rad.
Well, look, with what we're learning about physical contact these days, it's not out of the realm.
You can, yeah. Tell me about this beer.
Yeah. So this is all Admiral. Admiral Malt.
Oh wow.
They're Ron stopped by one day with with a whole little bag full of their YOLO Gold malt, which is of all the things that I buy, sounds the most like a strain of weed.
Oh yeah, for sure.
YOLO Gold, come on. And it was just delicious. Like I was just like, but by the time we were done talking, I had eaten the whole bag.
Eating the sample. Okay.
And I tell you something else about their malt, which is weird. Like, so you guys know, like, about you've got about 12 hours at most before your spent grain starts just stinking up the joints.
Oh yeah,
awful.
yeah.
So what we all of us in our neighborhood do, we have, so there are 4 of us in the Jack London Brewing. I'm taking a long way around to get.
That's all right. Keep going. It's fine.
I figure this is a diversion-friendly environment.
I've got a fireplace going. Let's go.
Yeah.
Just don't touch your face.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't care what
you got there first. I was going to say. Yeah.
4 of you, huh?
So yeah, so there's 4 of us. So there's us. There's Original Pattern, Independent,
sure.
And Oakland United. We
Okay.
do we'll come back and sort of plug our activities later. But
of course,
we all work together on stuff. And
Yeah.
of us, Independent is the only one who actually has an outside yard or any modicum of outside storage.
Okay.
And so Steve is kind enough to let us all use
Good
the
dude.
yard for our bins full of spent grain. We have some farmers who come and pick them up and whatever. And so you go over there, and I just drive my forklift over there because
It's drivable.
it's that close.
it's just a couple.
Just
It's
around
a
the
couple
corner.
blocks.
Oh,
And
really?
the
Okay.
thing about our neighborhood is like it's the produce district right there. Like it's all forklifts all the time.
Forklifts are everywhere. So
Anyways, yeah,
Everybody
All
has a forklift.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, and the thing about a forklift
It's
is
like the Prius of our neighborhood.
it really is. Yeah.
Yeah, drive slow. No one knows how to use them.
Yeah. And I was thinking and I mean it's just become my personal transport. Like if I'm going to go get a sandwich, I'm just going to hop on the forklift.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
like
my mom-
Can you put it on the tine, please?
Does everything.
I can park wherever, and if I can't, I can just pick someone up and
move them around,
over
yeah.
slightly.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's like the opposite of a skateboard. Like if you're on a forklift, everyone just assumes that you're good.
You're supposed to be
like,
there.
You're
Yeah.
supposed to be there. He wouldn't have a forklift if he wasn't supposed to be on it.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool.
Why did he jump off to get a sandwich?
Wait a minute, is he?
It's going to be a big sandwich. Yeah.
But anyway, so you take the grain over there and you put a lid on it, and then the next day or two, farmer comes and gets it, and it always smells
A little funky, yeah.
a little funky.
Yeah.
Sure. 2 days later, I came back and the spent grain this is mostly their YOLO Gold, a little bit pills, and 2 days later, I pulled off the lid and this just smelled like baking bread.
Really?
It was delicious. I would have had it for breakfast right then. It's the weirdest damn thing.
Wow.
The bacteria died off or whatever.
It's not. I mean, because the chemistry shouldn't be any different. Like it should still
Sure.
be.
Because you're still killing malts. You're still doing the same thing.
Yeah, but
What do you think that is? Why?
It's just magic.
quality,
Oh.
handcrafted.
Wow. I should have known that. I'm sorry.
Love is
Damn,
what it is.
man. That sucks.
Yeah, I have no idea, but it's fucking delicious.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's and then the other thing we did with this. Okay, so all Admiral malts, and then a little more of sort of an aroma late edition hop than you would normally do. We use lemon drop, so it gets you still have the light clove and banana on the nose, but it finishes way crisper than is typical.
Yeah, and it's almost like a candied banana, which is I don't think it's a phrase I've ever said before.
Definitely has some banana character.
Like
Yeah.
like a caramelized banana?
No, like I think it's that the lemon drop with the banana esters. It's sort of like I don't even know, like a banana flavored candy, but not artificial flavored banana. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's
Like
fruity.
sweeter. Yeah, but that's weird. I'll tell you that.
I like the body in it.
It's nice. Can
Yeah,
have
I
a
do
pint of
like
that.
it. It's just it's a unique aroma combination.
Yeah, it works. We didn't.
It
wanna,
really does, yeah.
You know, with the tendency sometimes is to, well, how am I going to make this beer different? Well, it's not traditionally hopped, so I'm just going to hop it. But we didn't want to do that. But we said, well, there is something hops that a non-traditional aroma hop could contribute to this.
Is it
For
a good
sure.
seller? Is it you have it on all year round or?
No, just it's actually the first hef that I ever brewed at Federation. Because I'm not normally a hef drinker, so it took them a while to talk talk me into doing this. I get talked into a lot of things.
Sure.
At the brewery, I have all these headstrong ideas, and then everyone just goes, "Well, how about this? How about this? How about
well,
this?"
Yeah,
and then
two examples are right in front of you.
Yeah, that's true. A third example is the petting zoo, which we'll get to, I guess.
Oh God.
You're opening a petting zoo? See, now that's something
Here
I can
we
get
go.
behind. Finally, a new direction for the pod.
Yeah. And some very furry faces to touch.
I love that.
Yeah.
They won't touch you. This is very good.
Thank you.
I do like it.
Yeah, it's got a great body. How strong is this beer?
This is
It's actually pure alcohol.
A little bit bigger. It tastes like
5.
It's 5. Yeah, it's 5.1. I think.
Can says 3,620, so I don't know.
That doesn't sound right.
5.2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very good.
It is nice. It's very drinkable.
How long has this been out?
About 3-4 weeks now.
Okay.
And we're
people liking it?
Oh yeah.
You gonna do it again? Are you
I think we should.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you gonna feel good about doing it again?
Okay, so this is the thing. Like the to segue
Mhm.
into the next beer maybe a little bit.
Okay. Maybe.
When I get talked, when I do end up getting talked into the thing.
Yeah.
Like the key to me is to find a way to make it a thing that I can like and respect and do again.
What just happened to you?
Do again. Did
There
I
we
drop
go.
out?
Yeah, but I don't know why.
For a second.
It's happened before with that mic.
Yeah, it's weird. You'd think we get a new one by now.
Well, we got another one over there. For you. Anyway,
No, that's all right. Yeah.
So getting talked into things.
Oh, yeah, you get talked into it and have to craft it in a way that the people who are pounding down your door to make this thing are going to get what they're asking for, but also in a way that you love and can respect and look yourself in the mirror.
You'll be proud you made it, rather than like, oh, I made this beer I didn't want to.
Yeah.
And it was
Here you go, assholes.
And it's reflected in the product. No, you don't want
Right.
that. You want to make sure it's good.
Yeah, and so I think I've found a heft that I might make a couple changes, but I've found something I can
get locked into it.
I can get behind.
No,
Yeah,
definitely passed. It's good. It's
Yeah.
definitely out there.
Yeah, for sure.
We've gotten a lot of
I'll
compliments.
definitely
on this
consider
one.
making that again. Yes.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Excellent,
I've
excellent.
got a Dunkelweizen coming in on the heels of it, just because I really liked it. I
Excellent.
I
Yeah,
heard
there you go.
myself
You're
drop
back
out again.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. If it happens again, we'll just shift you to the other mic, but I don't know why.
Switch around.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm being punished by the universe. That's what it is.
Yeah, for sure. Well, because you made it hazy. Is that is it for that Dunkel? Are you using the same yeast from that hef?
Yes.
Okay.
It's
so you use that to grow up the.
Yeah, it's Safale WBO6.
Oh, that's
Okay.
right.
Which is a yeah. So some of Safale's kind of hit and miss, but that's a good one.
Okay.
I've heard that about that.
Interesting. All right. So getting talked into stuff. Now let's approach the second Hefeweizen in our glass.
Or whatever it
It's
may
not a
be.
Hefeweizen.
That's
Okay.
What Jason is actually saying.
I'm just giving you guys shit. So it's a hazy IPA.
It is a hazy IPA.
And
Maybe
it's
you've
called
heard of them.
It's called Zero Charisma.
Great.
So it's named after me. Series 3. So you've done 2 more of these. Tell me about the hazy IPA thing and why you were opposed to it and why I don't know.
Why you acquiesce?
I was gonna make a joke, but I was like, I don't care anymore. My
What
jokes,
Jason
my,
was
my
saying.
joke.
we
No,
all
because my
think
jokes are
that.
dumb,
Well,
right? Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's all
we were
the same
all
shit.
there. Yeah.
Nobody
Yeah.
says that disappointed.
Yeah.
You're
We all
where I was
caved.
about 6 months ago.
It smells
Yeah.
great. It smells amazing.
Thank you.
Definitely has a lot of aroma. I get that.
Yeah, you know,
I agree. I
Yeah.
think that's
Yeah.
it's my general
I think I said
philosophy
all
on
I had
hazy
to say
beers,
here.
right?
Yeah.
no.
What was your problem with them before when they first kind of started taking the world by storm?
2 problems. One was my problem. One was the world's problem.
Yeah, okay. That's a good way to approach it.
Okay.
The world's problem.
Bro can deal with that shit.
The world's problem was that by the time the beer made its way to me, it had become orange juice in a glass.
Right.
That's not what the style originally began as.
No.
And in fact, by even like calling them hazy IPA, we're sort of describing. It's like we're describing the symptom rather than
More of a miss than a hit.
Yeah, we're describing the symptom rather than the disease. Like they happen to be hazy, but the point of them
That
is
wasn't
not
the
to
point.
be hazy. They were hazy because that was that when you dry hop at that stage in fermentation, things get
Yeah.
a little hazier. And
So you're saying the point was to drive the flavor, the haze was a byproduct.
yeah, and I just ended up getting
Okay.
all these thick beers, and I didn't get it. And to brew it, you have to do everything wrong. And in fact, our first couple that came out, like the haze stability sucked, and they were too bitter, and because I was still doing everything that I was like, all right, this is how you brew, right?
Right.
No, you have to forget everything. But it turns out that I like selling beer.
Okay.
And
that's weird how that happens. Yeah.
It's called rent.
Yeah.
Electricity.
And so I was like, fine, all right, fine. We'll do this and we'll take it seriously. And again, was able to make something that I like, and I was able to look myself in the mirror with. It's a little bit bitter. It's more bitter than most hazies will be. It's less sweet and juicy, but it is. I keep.
Yeah, you keep. Yeah,
yeah. We're gonna move you over there. Look at this on the fly.
Yeah.
We adapt.
Yeah,
there you go. Just like making a hazy.
Right. Yeah. All right. All right. Just move over to this port here and just disembark all my coronavirus passengers. Wow, I sound way better in my.
You sound better.
I just sound amazing.
You do. Just
go for it.
Do that thing again you did earlier.
Everyone likes that noise, right?
So so it sounds like your first couple attempts weren't very good. Did you have a sort of coming to Jesus moment where you're like, I have to break everything I've ever known to create something beautiful?
Yeah.
Well, there are
and then I killed my entire family, and then I made this beer.
Hell yeah!
Otherwise, you're quite normal.
Oh, is that not what you meant?
A little too late for that. But,
too soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no. We launched this, and we basically said, look, this beer needs to have a reason to exist.
Right.
It can't just be another. And so we're going to basically do it. It's not strictly a single hop because we do use some bittering hops and everything. But basically, each one of them has one hop that's featured in the Whirlpool and the Dry.
Yeah.
And this one's Sabro, and it's
Sabro.
It's really
it's really good.
Yeah.
It's such a good hop.
Was this the hopping and everything that sort of made you go, okay, hazy beers aren't so bad? Because I see it says Series 3, so I'm assuming you've done 2 other ones.
Yeah, and
were those the ones that you were talking about where you had problems and you couldn't figure it out, or was that pre? Those were earlier.
Those
okay.
were before.
All right. What were the first 2 done with?
We don't speak.
We don't speak about
They're sort of those. Sort of the Tiffany Trump of our operation.
Okay, so beautiful.
They're out there, but when we look at them, we just don't feel anything.
Right. That's the way a good beer should be.
They're not in our will.
Yeah, that's right.
They seem like they might be perfectly nice because
what were the 2 previous hop ones?
It was Rocket Problems.
No, of the series.
The hops of the series.
Yeah.
Well, I should know this. I brewed them like 10 weeks ago.
Just make it up. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. No one's ever going to check you on it.
Yeah.
They're gonna rate you bad on Untapped.
The more and more I brew, the less and less I know about what I've brewed.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Goddamned idea.
But I think it's good that way. I don't know. I mean, who wants to know exactly everything you've ever done in your entire life?
Early on in my we opened the 2-1A in 2000, and Michael Jackson came to interview me, the beer writer, and he said to me and I was so nervous, and I was like, he asked me well, what do you have in here? And I was like, I don't know. He's like, it's okay if you don't know. And I was like, oh, that's it. My whole career just has plummeted right now. So I've learned you make it up.
Yeah. Idaho 7.
Yeah,
Idaho 7 was the previous one.
There you go.
And the first one definitely had a hop in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
No,
I
can testify to that.
Look, as a home brewer, I can honestly tell you that's a good thing. It's a good step. Put a hop in it.
Yeah, no,
just one.
I've read that it's quite important.
So I imagine.
But this one's not really. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to say this is really. It's a hazy, but it doesn't. It's not. It's almost a hybrid.
Yeah, and
it's a hybrid between like a West Coast style, which of course now is the new term for clear beer.
Yeah,
but it's hopped. It's got some bitterness up front, which you wouldn't normally see.
It sort of seems like that's where that pendulum for hazies is swinging back to. Yeah. So, like you were saying, Arm, the hazies sort of start this way. And then they went to this milky, chewy thing. But I think people like you are realized that's not what we really want. I mean, it might be fun to try to brew the thing. Go, let's see how screwed up we can make this, right? It's like when Homer Simpson tried to make a car. It was like he just wanted to pack everything that he could do in the car. But then it didn't fucking work, and then his brother went out of business. I have a lot of time.
I remember that
yeah.
episode. Yeah.
So I think like that's a lot like that. But these beers are starting to become maybe more refined because it's not the first time for sure that we've had a hazy beer on that doesn't taste like a real hazy beer.
Yeah.
It just has that sort of soft mouthfeel.
Look of it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing with styles that develop so quickly is they often kind of get out ahead of themselves in terms of what people are trying to do with them.
Yeah.
Like these are not, this is not like an English bitter that we've all had over 100 years to describe and know what this beer is supposed to be. This shit's evolving on the fly.
I wish it was.
Well, and we weren't going to make it without making fun of it a little bit too.
Okay.
Thus the name.
Zero charisma.
Yeah, it's like you make a beer and you jam as many hops in there as you can and fuck it up and don't follow the rules and
but even the label looks like a New World hazy beer.
It does.
Thing. You guys have touched the points there.
Well, and particularly next to our other can designs, our other cans they all have the same sort of like Oakland skyline, 3 different colors on them, but they're all very sharp. And then this one blurs the.
It's supposed to look a little tropical.
Yeah,
it does. Very soft. Yeah.
I like the color. Thank you. A nice design.
Yeah.
Matt does all that.
I did that.
Oh, Matt, good job.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a good. That's a
settle
good.
down.
That's a good beer. The aroma again is great. It's a great aroma.
It took me so long.
Did it?
To do that. Yes. Way too long. Way too long to do that. I am not good at it.
I imagine
it came out well, but yeah.
Yeah, well, hey, you're good enough.
I'm self-taught.
Yeah,
so.
you're good enough.
You
that's for
design
sure.
all labels?
So far.
I like it.
Yeah.
I imagine other people like it too.
They sure do.
Yeah.
We just started selling at Bevmo, and they can't get enough.
Okay. I would also like to say that there is another reference.
True.
That if you look on the label, you can find a little Easter egg of E.T.
Oh, I see it right there in the corner.
Yeah, on the bottom right. Little LED
it's not an Easter egg. It's literally E.T.
It is literally E.T. Maybe I don't know what an Easter egg is.
I mean, maybe it is. I don't know, man.
So in the movie,
Gwyneth Paltrow
you haven't gotten a letter yet
That's
from
right.
Amblin?
I mean, I guess I will now. Damn, what am I doing?
Well, at the break, we're going to call Steve. Yeah.
We always sort of figured if we got a cease and desist, it would be from Paramount for Star Trek.
Oh, did you do a Star Trek thing?
Well, we never.
Or did you literally call it Star Trek beer?
Well, like Homer said, we're not licking toads.
That's true.
Yeah.
You may or may not be able to find a Star Trek reference in or around our brewery from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
We are currently selling a milk stout called Wrath of Flan.
Yeah, but
I think that's okay.
I think that's fine. How's the label?
Well, it's not packaged.
Okay, well then, so who cares? Like, I think like puns and references like that is fine.
That's pretty much all we do.
It's when you lift the entire cereal box. And
Yeah,
put it
it's
on
when you
like-
have who played Con George? No, not
Ricardo Montalban.
Ricardo Montalban.
so
Yeah,
the chest.
yeah. If you put him on a label, but put a piece of flan over his face, and that might be a little weird. I don't know. I think you're
You've
fine.
just described a fantasy.
Well,
You're years away.
He's had that one too?
Yeah. I've seen you on the forums. I know. I know what's going on.
Wait, mine's purple.
Well, look, good stuff. Let's take a break.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Oh, I thought we did that already. Cool.
Well, we have 3 breaks usually, Tasty. And it's been a while, I know,
remind me.
but
Thank you. All right, good.
you know, it's good to have you back.
Put me in break mode.
But yeah. Matt, reach over behind Tasty's neck and just reset him, please.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Yeah.
It takes me like 5 minutes to IPO.
Let's cycle. We need to cycle Tasty
It's
down.
a hard reset.
Yeah.
Hard number.
All right, everybody, hang on, and we will be right back.
Hey motherfuckers, this is Doug from fucking Society. You're listening to the session on the fucking Brewing Network. Fuck you.
All right.
That boy has a mouth. Jesus.
Yeah, he'll tell it to your face, too, if you give him $5.
He'll touch your face for $5.
He'll touch your face for $5. You know, what's that service that you can
your face?
buy celebrities to, like, shout out you or whatever?
Yeah, you can.
You know
pay
what I'm
like
talking
$100 and they'll like say something.
Yeah, or
Record it for
even
you.
like 5. It depends on the celebrity, right? I would love to have Doug from Society on that stupid website. That's all you can do. Is you can pay for him to say, "This is Doug from Society," and fuck you, Jeffrey, for your first birthday.
Record your outgoing voicemail message or something.
Yeah, you can do all sorts of weird shit.
That'd be cool.
Get Mark McGrath or Snooki to say something to you. Is that basically?
I think. What is it? I think that it's on there too. What is it? Celebrity shout out service.
I wonder what the cheapest one is.
I guess.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Gallagher.
Cameo. Well, is it Gallagher or Gallagher's brother?
Yeah.
Didn't Gallagher die?
No, but he is locked in litigation with his brother. His brother was touring as him for a while.
That's right.
Really?
So
Gallagher, by the way, a hateful racist.
Is that true?
Oh yeah.
Gallagher, the hateful race. Really?
Taking it out
No. Going on stage like smashing watermelons, talking about Obama. It's bad. Bad times.
Talking about Obama. Jeez.
Well, there is the smashing watermelons thing. I just thought.
Yeah, no, it's
I would have thought he was anti-racist.
It's what you think it is. I was trying not to say it.
That's crazy.
It's not good. It's not good.
Well,
who's our cheapest celeb?
You can have Michael Rappaport. Speaking of weird racist for $150.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow. That guy has. I mean, really, $150?
Insane Clown Posse, $150.
Hey, that's the guy from Parks and Rec, Jim O'Hare. He's cool.
Oh, I don't know, $135.
Oh, well, that's a damned bargain.
Is he at Michael Rappaport status? I don't know.
What site is this called?
Debbie Gibson, $150.
Oh my God, how much for Felicia Day? Wait, does it include
$80?
Does it include her
80?
80?
Yeah, 80.
Does that include her marrying me, or
does she need to even get out of bed for that?
Well, apparently
Sean,
so.
What I said was nice. What you said was.
Have you seen her act at all?
No, I'm just making jokes.
It's terrible. She's bad.
But $80.
$80.
Don't you feel like $80? I'd rather go take a runny dump.
Why? Hey, pay me. Pay me $80. I'll take a running dump for you or whatever. Cedric the Entertainer. See, now we're talking. My man has a fedora and a tracksuit on, $150.
Okay, Ric Flair, I'm pretty sure he is actually dead.
He was all.
Is he get one done?
$500.
Whoa!
The Nature Boy. You could
that
do.
includes reanimating him, I suppose.
Yeah, we have to bring him. Tia Carrera. $60.
There's a 13-year-old me who would pay that.
Oh, for sure.
James Vanderbeek.
Justin Crosley, $55.
I mean, I wonder what D-list celebrities like Kevin Pollak, $225.
Can you imagine you get that call to do that? It's like you're like, really? I gotta pay the electrical bill doing this now.
I know, and what is it?
Depressing.
Really? I wonder what they're like. Like, you could really do this. I saw, I think it was like a Facebook ad for this service, and they had The Rock going you got to get up every day and just practice and train. It's like, who gets inspired by The Rock giving, he doesn't know you. Who cares?
It's like Shatner doing it or something.
Yeah, it's like
excuse me, let me do this right here.
I don't know, man. It just seems really weird.
Hold on, easy on Shatner.
But you can see him doing it.
Lindsay Lohan.
Anybody who's doing an infomercial. Larry King, is he still alive?
Yeah.
I bet he's on
I
there.
think technically, but
spiritually, no.
Yeah, no. He's been a skeleton in a pair of suspenders for the better part of a decade.
Yeah, Tom Green was a guest hosting for him for a while. He was going through a bunch of stuff.
That seems reasonable. I would sub one of those in for the other.
That makes perfect sense.
I know. DL Hughley, $120. But what do these people say? Hey, this is DL Hughley and happy birthday.
Yeah.
And then that's
exactly.
it.
You just earn $120.
But I would rather have $120.
Yeah.
Give me the $120.
Well, I mean, there's people want it.
Well, you should put your name on that list.
Yeah, go ahead. Put it see what happens. Funny photo, you in your tracksuit.
That's right.
Your Gucci loafers.
Yeah.
Bro, I would love Gucci loafers. Let me tell you that right now.
All right, you won't stop talking about it.
I won't, and I actually
just keep listing the celebrities off. This is fun.
Actually, refuse. I already closed the stupid thing down.
Okay. Yeah, nobody's over $100. Wow, that's great.
I know.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can get there if you wanted to. I suppose if you have $400, you too can buy someone else.
Wasn't that part of the Fire Festival debacle?
Fife, or what was
I don't know.
Their app that they had to get celebrity booking or whatever.
Yeah, they were leaning on some influencers to tell some lies for them. I think we should look up Ja Rule just to see what his
where he's at right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel his stock must have dropped precipitously.
Yeah, Jaw didn't rule, I guess.
You can learn about that in the 3 documentaries that did that whole thing. It was ridiculous.
I know, right?
Another one? Really? We need another one?
Yeah, but he produced one of them.
Oh, did he? Yeah,
that fucker made it coming and going.
Yeah, well, hey, he's a smart businessman, I guess.
At least there was one of those involved in it.
All right, we're back here with Arm and
we back
Matt
on the air?
from Federation Brewing.
Wait,
yeah.
are we? I had to have
we
a
were just
cheese
talking
sandwich.
some bullshit.
We have 2 new beers in our glass, which I always really appreciate. Let's start with Utopia Planacher Flanitis. What is it called?
No, plantar fasciitis.
Plantar fasciitis.
Yeah,
It's
what's
there you
good,
go.
you put it on the ground, you roll your foot over it.
Uh-huh.
And it's really going to help.
Hell yeah.
Then you open it.
I love that. It's like the, have you seen, it's brand new, the new Budweiser can, the Budweiser Nitro Gold.
What? No, I haven't seen this.
Really?
No.
Oh my goodness.
Wait,
So it's Budweiser has a Nitro can out now, but they don't have a widget. It's they carbonate with a little bit of nitrogen in there mixed in with the beer gas, right? And then they float nitrogen on top and then close it. So they say you're supposed to turn it upside down 3 times and then pour it straight into a glass.
A lot of instruction there.
Yeah, well, that whole move is called the ritual. And that's what they're marketing it as. So that's what it reminded me of.
Like scraping the foam off of a Stella.
Yeah.
God, I hate that.
Or your bunions.
Yeah.
Either
I hate
one.
when they do that.
Scraping the foam off my Stella.
That's the thing in Belgium, though.
Yeah.
The foam scraper.
I have a giant butter knife. Is that fine? Yes.
You can use that, yes. Just put it in sanitizer. It's fine.
No, say the word for me,
Don't touch
please.
the knife to your face.
What is that called?
Planitia.
Planitia. What's a planitia? And how do I avoid it? How do I not catch it?
Don't put the beer on your face. Put it
All
in.
right. I love it.
Okay, so the Utopia Planitia is Matt. It's an impact crater on
It
Mars.
is the largest impact basin on Mars.
There you go.
Okay.
It was where they landed Viking 2 in, I believe, 1974.
Wow. Nerds.
We're
alert.
We're really reaching deep right here.
Yeah.
Excuse me. It was 71.
That's where Elon Musk will build his mansion in 10 years.
He has already fired 2 Teslas into it.
Hell yeah.
The nerd alert does not subside because
Keep
it
going.
is also the name of the shipyard where the Federation built the Enterprise.
Oh, really?
And now you see it.
Okay.
You guys are big Star Trek nerds.
Yeah.
That's why you defended Shatner earlier.
That's right.
when I jumped on it.
And all that comes with the beer.
Yeah. He's losing it, but take it easy.
All right,
we call that Bidening.
Yeah. Where you're smelling people's hair.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to do that, right? I can do that, right?
Yeah,
Come
you
up
can,
right behind you.
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
Yeah.
I love the malt character in this beer. It's really good.
It's a red rye ale.
Yes. And it is an underappreciated style that is, strictly speaking, our most appreciated beer.
Okay.
Are you talking about just red ales in general, or a red rye ale?
Rye ales.
Rye
in general.
ales.
Red ales are here in the
They have their moments to shine every.
Well, remember in the '90s when everything was a red ale?
Everything was a red ale. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like them, and it's one of those. It's one of those beers that's very hard to do well because you can overdo it very, very easily.
Nice. But the rye, the rye is what makes
it's well-made beer.
Makes
Yeah.
this beer. It derives its the spicy characteristic from that, and we use a uniquely California hop called Ivanhoe that they grow at Hopsmeister in Lake County. And if anyone within the sound of my voice is long on Ivanhoe, drop me a line.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that come through. Yeah.
I've never heard of that hop. I can't imagine people have a lot of it.
It's one of 2 old cluster varieties.
that
they resuscitated up there.
Mm-hmm.
And
so it's more flavor.
It's not. Yeah, it's actually. So I use it as an aroma hop, and I'm probably the only person in the world who does because it's not a particularly aromatic hop.
Well, what do you like about it? That you think is coming through the aroma?
It's earthy and grassy.
Okay.
And I think I like not. I'm not. This is not a characteristic necessarily this beer has, but I like fresh cut grass, which tends to be an off. People tend to view that as an off flavor.
Yeah.
But done done correctly and done subtly, I think grassy can be a positive thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
you do.
Yeah, a lot of English beers have that sort of quality.
Absolutely.
This is nice. It's actually I'm not getting the hops so much, but I'm getting some wonderful malt aroma, which actually might be sort of tied into the way you describe the hops as well.
Yeah, I wonder if that rye is sort of being accentuated by the hops or vice versa or whatever, because it is sort of a spicy thing going on, but there is an earthy quality. I don't know about grassy necessarily, but well, like you said, you don't know if it even has it in this beer, but
that's not
they do play well together.
Yeah.
It's
in a way
herbally,
that I can't quite.
It's more herbally than grassy. I would say.
Yeah.
It's got this nice malt structure to it, but it just drops off, just dries. It's just boom.
Wow, this is 7.4%.
Isn't that crazy?
Holy shit!
Yeah.
What is wrong with you guys out there in Oakland?
Well, that's the only one that's like that.
Okay, good.
Everything we make is like 5.
Okay, good. All right.
Yeah, that just happened. It wasn't really intentional, I don't think. Was it?
When we were building out Freewheel, we all went out somewhere for drinks after some day of.
This is a great story.
Welding and whatever.
Yeah.
And
I want them to start over because it's so good.
You said we at Free Will. So you guys were owners too?
No.
Okay.
That's why I sort of
He
tried
said
to back off.
I think when
any
we
sort of
were
thing
at Free Will.
Yeah, but the lot of us.
I was just trying to trip you up because I suspect that you were involved in a little more deeper. But keep going. We'll come back to it.
I'm duplicitous, and you're right to try.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good day, son.
So English Ale Folks Brewery. We had this quintessential Englishman in town.
Yeah.
Brewing, helping build, and I had gone to the bathroom, and then they wait, this story gets better. Hold on.
I don't know, man. It's hard to top.
Keep going. I'm zoning out. Keep going.
I came back to the table and looked real quickly at this beer menu, and I said, "Oh, let me get a denogonizer," and the entire table cracked up in laughter because they had all predicted that I, as a California millennial, was going to order a fucking denogonizer, and they all thought I was out of my goddamn mind.
Sure,
because because these are people who are trying to brew 3.8% English miles,
right?
And I'm like,
yeah, you're basically proving them incorrect in the marketplace.
I was shattering no stereotypes that day. But I don't know why I was talking about that. Do any of you remember?
I don't think
we veered off course.
Talking about rye.
Probably the alcohol percentage, and maybe that was your sort of attack on it.
I don't brew. We just don't brew a lot of heavy beers. Sessionable stuff. Anything I like. I want to drink more of.
Yeah, that's my thought too, man.
It's an interesting thing because there are still people that will look at a beer list and pick something based on an ABV.
Mm-hmm. Well, I do that,
Raise
but on the
his hand.
lower end, for sure. Yeah. Not on the high end.
Well, that's the thing. Is that I guess you get to a tipping point where like, all right, I need the lowest.
I need the lowest, man. Not the lowest, but I need it 5.5 and
I need
under.
to make sure I know what I'm getting into.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the worst expression of that is usually at the bro heavy festivals, because there are great festivals, and then there's
other ones.
Yeah.
Drink the dump bucket.
And where people will just cold walk up and be like, "What's your strongest beer?"
There's always that going on. Don't date my sister.
Here's the bucket.
And I know brewers who will give those people the lowest alcohol. Just
There you go. It's 8%.
Yeah,
it's my 2.5% alcohol cider.
Just to fuck with people.
Yeah.
Like I used to do that at Starbucks. People who are really bitchy at me in line, I would give them decaf.
You used to spit in their.
No, like
Nice,
it's
you did?
decaf. Oh yeah, for sure.
Did you really?
Yeah, for sure.
Starbucks.
That's
Because
diabolical.
and then as the shots pulling, they'd be like, "I'm really sorry, I haven't had my coffee today," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I know. It's a really good
hilarious.
reason to
I've been
make
here
fun of
since
me."
4 in the morning.
Yeah,
You were
I
rebellious.
make $5.75 an hour, you cow.
Yeah.
Well, we just want to make you a director then.
It's being rude to me. Yeah, for sure.
That was my favorite trick. I worked at a bar where I had several customers who had extraordinarily strong allegiances to Coors Light or Bud Light.
Yeah.
And almost to the point of fighting.
Yeah, what are you saying? What are you saying over there? What's going on?
This
Something wrong with Coors Light?
And I would occasionally, when they weren't looking, just switch them.
No, you have to.
No one.
Yeah.
You can't. I could tell though.
I don't know. Yeah, I think that
You can tell.
Yeah.
It can't be the
Budweiser is very distinct.
It couldn't be the second one. Maybe like the seventh one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, at that point, yeah, it's like
Yeah.
bringing out the shitty bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Like no one's ever gonna know.
But this was
I got a Coors Light with Blue Mountains. I used to get that. I need it with the Blue Mountains.
Well, how else are you going to know it's
Asshole.
cold?
Yeah, right. Because I stuck it in the
I
ice
got
bucket
fingers?
for a second.
Yeah, well, no, I have too much nerve damage from other reasons. I won't tell you guys too much about that. But I like this red rye ale. There's a what's the crystal malts in here?
It is,
See how I bring it back?
Yeah.
I'm a professional.
Let's see. There's so there's two crystals. There's actually crystal rye.
Crystal rye.
Yeah.
All right.
Which is like a.
I love her.
Which is like a 40 love. You know,
I like
she's
her
dancing
earlier
with the
work.
Kit Kat now. She moved.
Hell yeah. She's on Cameo.
Junior prom.
I wonder how much I would get if I could get Cameo to at me on social media. I'm sorry. Is it?
I don't know.
Is this room too white for Cameo?
Cameo? I don't know.
Word up.
The
no,
word
nothing?
up guy.
Yeah, there it is.
Do you think he's on Cameo? Because Cameo is the service. That's what I was talking about.
I don't know what that is, but I know who Cameo
You were going
is.
to look. You were about to go look.
All right. Anyway, I'll keep going.
So it's got,
You mean about Cameo?
No,
I don't know, man.
Now I have word up stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Look, dude, this is your
What's
show.
the
You
word?
do whatever you
Word-
want.
Okay, well, I'm just going to sit here and sing Word Up for 45 minutes.
Two types of crystal?
Crystal malt. Yeah. So there, crystal rye, and then just some.
Here it comes.
Pale
red-
malt.
Yeah. Well,
So far, this is
Just
great.
helping you out.
This
Just
is
helping
great
out.
radio here. Is me sitting and over my own fucking malt.
When you
bill.
listen
well,
to this
let's-
later, you'll beat yourself.
Let's not
Yeah.
worry about it then. Maybe let's move on.
Just a little caramel.
Cara Red.
Cara Red.
And now I'm back on Cameo. You can get Kevin McDonald to shout you for $40.
You can shout out our beer recipe.
No, someone has to.
Yeah.
Apparently, I can't.
The thing that always surprised me about this beer, and maybe it's the rye, but it has such a silky, velvety kind of mouthfeel to it, more so than a lot of our other beers.
Yeah.
And it's got to be the rye. It's the only,
Well, I think sometimes when you have a really nicely layered crystal malt edition, it can have that. I think crystal malt can sometimes be that kind of smooth thing.
Yeah.
Sean, what do you think? You make a red beer, right?
Yeah.
A red beer, one of those red beers?
I do make red beers.
Yeah.
I'm curious actually what the bitterness in there is because it's got a really it's got a robust bitterness to it. So I'm just wondering what kind of IBUs you were shooting for.
It does, right?
It sounds like I'm interrogating you, and I am. So don't let up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, by math, the IBUs aren't that high. It's
Really?
like 35.
Okay.
So so a lot of that spiciness, it really is coming from the rye, maybe,
Okay.
and maybe particularly the crystal rye. The hops are let's see what Mosaic and Comet and Cascade or Chinook.
It's Chinook and then Ivanhoe.
What's the difference, really? Cascade or Chinook? It's all the same.
I would be remiss
Actually,
if I
Let me tell you. Yeah.
I would be remiss if I didn't mention that this beer won the gold medal last year at the California State Fair. Craft Brewing.
Oh.
For rye beers.
well, then let's have another glass.
And another gold medal in the Can Awards, which I assume are a real award.
Yeah, what is that? Someone told me. I don't know. I had to enter my social security number, and then they gave me the award. I don't
You go
know.
to a website, you get somebody to say something to you, it's $50.
Yeah, it's an out of state.
I'm willing to
I think
bet.
I've heard
that-
of it too.
I'm
actually.
willing to bet that it's like sponsored by like an aluminum manufacturer,
Like Ball or something?
Yeah. Could be.
Maybe.
But they actually
they had a legitimate BJCP panel. They
did, and they
Yeah.
had, and the participation wasn't nothing. And there was a lot of people. That,
Yeah, there were.
Do you
They won
guys?
the amber category for whatever reason.
Oh.
Yeah, whatever.
Do you guys enter a lot of out-of-state comps, or do you enter
Not a
out-of-state
ton.
comps in general? Or-
Not a ton. We like the California State Fair one, and then GABF. And
You got to do, I think, the state fair. I feel like it's
Yeah.
a prerequisite.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Then there's a couple that I always miss the boat on. Craft Beer Awards. Is that the one?
Best of craft beer.
Best of craft beer.
Yeah, that's the one from Oregon.
Okay.
What's the one that's shipping out right now? It's
World Beer Cup. World Beer Cup.
Yeah. We don't. Yeah.
We've done that one once.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, we did it once.
So I'm somewhere between like humble and afraid of failure. Like
okay. So you're human. You're human.
I've never entered a competition of my own volition. Matt would do this kind of behind my back for a while.
Just do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
And then they're like, oh, we want some. Oh.
Hey, I'll tell you, that's actually some of the best feedback we ever get.
It's true. The
judging
notes are really good.
Yeah, the notes from the judges,
Okay.
I love them. You know, even if they tear something apart, like, great. I'm
Yeah.
glad I actually, because you look at someone in the face and say, "What do you think?" Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Good job, dude.
Do you put a lot of weight on like Untapped and all that kind of bullshit?
All that stuff.
It's a
I want you to
tool.
say no. Yeah.
Well, it's a tool, but it's not something I rely on at all. We actually mostly use it to check to see if a name is taken.
Right.
That's good.
And yeah.
Well,
and then if there is a dip, like I guess we do have. So we got some of the crew here. Saro's our tasting manager, and our two sales guys, Matt and Noah, are out there, and they'll check it so that if there is like maybe a few comments that don't seem right, then we can actually try to address
Go
it.
back and see what's
Be
going
like,
on.
oh, well that can't be right.
Well,
What's going on?
So people say that. Has that happened?
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Because Julian from Beechwood said that once on the air. He's like, "That's what I use it for because I think it's really helpful for that."
For what? For
if there's an off flavor or something. But I can't imagine
90%
Julian
of the
putting a
time-
beer out there that has an off flavor.
Well, 90% of the time, it's someone rating a sour beer a 1 and saying, "I don't like sour beers."
Yeah.
Right. Which I
Don't like
think,
the style.
yeah.
So with that, you ignore that.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do with that. But then someone will actually point something out, and then it's all at the same place. And you're like, oh, we got to go check that keg. Something weird happened there.
But and that has happened where you've figured out what is going on and you've solved the problem.
Well,
I think that's cool.
It's usually
but-
corroborated by that. So
Okay.
like maybe
All right.
maybe someone will say something, or the account will call and be like, "Yeah, this beer's pouring kind of funny right now," or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we'll look it up, like, "Yeah, it looks like it." And
Okay. All right.
We'll swap it
We'll
out. for you
figure
or
it out.
something. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. All
As
right.
user review sites go, it's
fine.
far less irksome than Yelp.
Really?
Do you look at that stuff a lot? Do you attend to it?
No.
Reply back to people on Yelp who's say like, I just didn't like the tasting room manager.
No.
We don't
Or the
have a
colors.
tasting room.
Yeah. Not really. If there's general inquiries like, "Hey, are you guys going to be open for Labor Day?" Yeah, we'll let them know. Or because some of those things get pushed to your email, other ones don't.
Well, but also, I mean, people have been
that should drive
reasonably kind to us on Yelp so far.
Yeah, but also like
Well, not after
from,
this.
even from I know, right? From previous
all
lives
downhill.
too, like Yelp just drives me insane.
Yeah.
I can't read it. Especially when it comes to people that are bothered by like some kind of service or whatever.
Yeah.
Where they felt like they were mistreated or didn't have the they didn't get what they ordered or blah blah blah, and you know exactly who they are, and they never told you. You never had the opportunity to fix it for them. You went and checked on them, everything was fine, and then they blast you on Yelp. Like, oh, come on, I know exactly who you were.
I look at Yelp like every 3 years, and I purposely
Yeah.
look at it. I don't like to look at it because I would get too, I'd be like Roger Davis on, on a GABF awards ceremony on Suicide Watch. And I'm not making fun of suicide, by the way. No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
But Roger's definitely like he's got some.
He's serious.
He's serious.
Yeah.
Very serious.
It'll drive you crazy.
But I'll look at Yelp and like read it every 3 years, and I'll look at the worst reviews on purpose just to see what's going on because it's fun.
Yeah,
Sure.
So
Yeah.
there was a brewery. It was like Magnet, like reverse magnet or something. Wow, yeah, that's not their name. Magnet. It had something to do with magnetism.
Reverse magnet.
And they posted on their label the worst reviews.
Oh yeah,
on their can label.
I think
You
that's
know
fun.
what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's like, that. All right, I like that. That's a good use of that.
I've seen restaurants do that actually. They'll like give service shirts with like the worst Yelp quotes on the back of the shirts, and that'll be kind of a funny thing. They'll do.
That's funny. I think that's.
I feel like the worst Yelp behavior has sort of passed. Has maybe had its heyday like 5-something years ago of the people who would come in and feel entitled to a certain level of service because they were like, I'm an elite Yelper.
Right.
I will write a bad review about you. Like,
well, and then there's also I think it hasn't really happened with us quite yet, but at other restaurants that I was in and stuff, they would sort of like force you to advertise with them in order to like bump your poor reviews.
Oh yeah,
down.
that was a big
Like,
thing. Yeah,
what bullshit that is.
What the hell kind of mob shit is this?
Yeah.
You know, like,
what we're gonna do here is you're gonna lose your bad reviews. You give us $100 a month, and then we're gonna see those. We're gonna do it. We're gonna put it right to the top.
We're gonna make them go away.
They'll just go away, just like that. You don't even have to think about it again.
I used to use Yelp, and then that whole thing kind of came out, like you said, a few years ago, and I haven't touched it since. Just to look at, what's around in the area. But Google does such a good job now. Who cares?
I'm also one of those, like, I'll look at reviews, or I'll look at the stars and how many people, and I never review anything, but I rely on it. Oh, well, they've got a lot of things. Maybe I'll go check them out.
Well,
I'm such a hypocrite.
I am too. When I travel a lot, I'm like, I kind of have to use it to see what's going on. I kind of gauge it. I look at Google and I look at Yelp.
Yeah.
I'm just sort of.
But then have you sat down and reviewed it?
No. I don't review.
I don't do it either.
I think I've reviewed like 3 beers on Untappd just because it was like, I got to try this out. And they were all positive. I'm not going to put anybody down.
Well, there's 2 reasons why I don't review things. One, because I don't have the time. Because I don't care that much. I mean, I care because I like to complain, but maybe because I have a platform, so I'll just bitch about dumb shit no one listens to. But also, my thought was, I'm making Yelp money right now by giving them content. So if I have a problem with the place, I just won't go back, or maybe I'll contact them if I really cared. But I'm not going to rate them because I don't know. Maybe I'm too sane, or maybe the opposite. But I'm not going to. Like when I first got my Google phone or whatever, Google, when you go to a place from their maps, it would be like, oh, you were just at this place. Why don't you review it? Why am I doing that for you? Why am I giving you essentially money? I'm giving you my product, my work for free. Yeah. I don't care if you want to drive more people to this.
We're very
hut or whatever
heavy in this world. I mean, like this is we're way off topic. Your beers are great, by the way. But like Amazon reviewing like paper clips. Like somebody writes 3 paragraphs about paper clips.
Sure.
It's like, why are you doing this? I mean,
well,
they don't.
And
nothing else to do.
The likelihood we always used to say in the restaurant is like the likelihood that people walk out and they have a great experience. They might tell one person that they loved what they did, but if they had a terrible experience, they're going to tell everybody how shitty it was. And so if you're inclined to review something, it's like because you want to rip them because you're upset.
Right.
You need to let you need to let it out somehow.
Wait.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
Well,
I've only reviewed something when they like totally asked me and they're like, please give us a good review. Like, okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Because when you're starting out, it helps.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But I feel like now, and how long ago has it been open?
7 years.
Well, so
we've actually never closed.
We've
always been there.
Yeah, we've been selling beer since 2014. We're celebrating our 3rd anniversary in Jack London Square Saturday after next.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
I have to ask you about the name. Tell me about the name. I know the answer, but I want you to say.
Wow, Sully just took it. Sully just took it and left. All right, go ahead. Let's not talk about what I was going to talk about. Go ahead, Sully.
We're not licking toads.
It's true.
It's not. It is not a Star Trek reference. But also the important thing. Like I mean, I think anyone who has even dipped toe into this industry realizes that this is the most collaborative industry you could possibly imagine.
Right.
And it's a bunch of people who get into this because they love it and they want to do it and they want to share it with people around them and they want to use it.
Yeah, it's the most fun part of the whole thing is sharing.
Yeah.
And people who believe that this is something that you can use this force for good. Here's something that it turns out I'm pretty good at. And if I can use this to create a convivial environment and something to relax you, an affordable luxury,
affordable luxury.
I just got turned on.
Just something.
Hell yeah.
Shame you're all the way across the table.
I
touch your
face. Keep going. It's okay.
My horniness level has increased.
It's the horny show. Keep going.
No, but at our sappiest and most sincere, this is something that people really ought to just come together over. It's that simple.
It's a
Bars are important. Pubs are important. Local industry is important. And
more than ever, yeah.
And more than ever. And the word federation is something that we can all. If we all get together and we all work together and we all stand up for ourselves, and Oakland particularly has a strong history of organized labor. This is it's something that we're very proud of, and the city should be very proud of. And
so it was a Star Trek reference,
and it was a Star Trek.
Okay. Let's talk about your oatmeal stout real fast while we talk about whatever else Matt's going to bring up right now.
Well, I was just gonna.
Can you have some more of that?
I was gonna say that we actually didn't start out as Federation.
That's true.
Oh, really?
We did?
Yeah.
You started out as Star Trek Brewing Company.
That's right. We were the Romulan Ale Works.
Right. Were you Romulan? Really?
No.
Although actually, I'm going to interrupt Matt and say there was briefly a company. They were actually Canadian, but I think they were somehow contract brewing in Indiana, and they were called the Federation of Beer, and they had somehow secured the license from Paramount or CBS or whoever to actually brew Star Trek branded beer.
Oh, wow.
They were selling Romulan Ale and Klingon Warnog and I don't know, whatever the hell. And we would get emails from several times a month asking where people could get this beer, and we're like, no, you have to talk to these novelty purveyors over here.
Those nerds over there. That's not us. I don't know what you're talking about.
We're a different kind of nerd.
Yeah. Well, so we started as Champion Brewing. Was our drink like a champion. That was us. And then
because you like the sweatsuits, or why was it Champion?
So always back to the sweatsuits.
Yeah. Well, I guess it had a Portland origin story.
I don't know. A buddy of mine went to Notre Dame. I sort of like the idea of everyone slapping the "Play Like a Champion Today" thing on the way into the field, and said "Drink like a champion today." And I realized actually not that into Notre Dame.
Yeah.
So
anyway, Champion Brewing, fun to say, fun to do.
Sure.
And then Champion Brewing, much farther along than us at this point in time in, what was it?
Charlottesville, Virginia.
Charlottesville, Virginia called us up because we owned all the rights to all the,
We owned the domain and the Twitter handle and whatever.
All that
business. Oh, wow. So you had your digital footprint set and you were ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we were going. That's how we started.
We're from the Bay Area. We're no
Of course, yeah.
You have an idea. Register the domain.
I have 100 domain names right now.
Yeah. So then they're like, so what are you guys doing? Are you open, or what's your plan? We're like,
for real? You just a bunch of jokers.
Yeah, because we're like, we want to open like tomorrow. So we sold them all the rights, and that was like our first infusion of money too.
I
sold them.
Yeah, I want to ask how much you made, but I'm not going to do that because you're not going to tell me. But that had to have like you said, that was your first infusion.
Yeah, we bought a bunch of kegs.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
It was a 4-figure sum of money and a 6-pack, which he still owes us.
That is true.
Take him to fucking court.
I know.
Take him to court over that shit.
Six-pack, huh? Okay.
Yeah. So then over the next several weeks, Aram and I would just, we would shoot each other texts about, all right, so now we need a new fucking name. So or keep shooting. What about this? What about this? And then one day we were like in the backyard brewing or something, and it pretty much happened simultaneously. We're like, what about Federation Brewing? And they were like, all right, there it is.
Arm says, Matt, please come to the bridge.
Yeah.
Were you just because I don't hear too many stories of people selling rights to the name that they want to open their first brewery with, right? Were you opposed to it, and then they said, no, we're going to pay you for all this, and you said, oh well, we should probably do that? Did you care?
We've been kind of moving away from it already.
Oh, so you suckered him.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, good.
We drove a hard bargain of saying yes to his first offer.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it was one of those. It was so early on, and we weren't sure. We were still finding our
way,
our identity.
Yeah.
I designed a very shitty logo in Microsoft Paint, so we had that going for us.
Microsoft Paint, throwing down the Microsoft Paint reference right there.
Hey, some of our most popular T-shirts have been done in Microsoft Paint, so let's not go too far with that.
I love it.
Lunch meat.
Okay, oatmeal stout, because it's my favorite style, hands down, in the entire universe, and so we're going to talk about this one. Oh, I love oatmeal stout.
This is so awesome. So I just have to say right before anything is that this was our first commercial beer that we released.
Oh, wow.
We've been making it ever since.
Oh, cool.
We had
Tasty doesn't care.
We had he's gonna yawn.
He tried to keep that off mic, but it didn't really happen.
I'm just busting Tasty's balls.
So we had 20, 30 recipes that we've been working on for a long time. And by the time we were ready to contract, we're like, well, which one is our favorite? And, you know, the world was so IPA heavy already. And, like, this was legit. Everyone loved this beer.
Yeah.
And we felt it was like one of our best recipes, and we've been making it ever since. So,
yeah. And it will never win an award.
Why
no?
Because it is.
Oatmeal stouts don't win awards. I'm convinced.
Well, except the oatmeal stout category.
Yeah, which it does not fit in at all. It is
It's too roasty.
It's far too dry and roasty.
Yeah.
And we've stopped entering it in competitions because all we get back is notes that says it's solid but too much.
Yeah, my homebrew version of my oatmeal stout is the opposite. It's too smooth and not roasty because I basically got rid of all the roast malt and just dumped a bunch of pale chocolate in it because I love that malt so much. But it's more like a brown oatmeal porter. So I get a bunch of comments going, well, it's good, but it's not an oatmeal stout. So it's like, you know, the exact opposite, but the similar thing. It's never going to win anything because it's not what the category reads, but it's what I like to drink.
It's almost an American stout, actually.
It kind of is, yeah.
It's got a firm bitterness.
Yeah, it really does. That's good, though.
We used to,
What's the malt bill on this guy?
So about 12% roast barley, which is awfully
that's
high.
huge. Wow.
Yeah, I remember when we were contracting this thing, I would send them bill, and every place we're like, you sure?
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
Okay.
And then 2-row, some oats, a little dextrin, nothing crazy.
Dextrin, okay.
And then yes, and sort of. Kind of whatever it's shifted over the years. Whatever kind of cheap high alpha I have sitting around at the time.
Yeah.
Currently, I'm
utility hops.
Currently, I'm using Columbus.
We did also serve it briefly on nitro.
That was nice.
Was it nice? How do you?
It was nice.
Really
well, it was nice. It was nice for the consumer. It was fucking hell for me.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why?
Why was it hell?
It was really hard to get consistent.
Okay.
Because we were basically doing it keg by keg. We didn't have the facility to really. I mean, we didn't have like.
You weren't pre-planning.
We weren't doing
we did it in the tank.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we weren't even nitrogenating an entire batch worth.
Yeah.
It was, we tried to split. Yeah, because there were only a few people that really wanted that.
Yeah.
And nitro systems are kind of touchy anyways, and like every account, I mean, this was back when I had time to go out to individual accounts and like troubleshoot their draft systems before I had people to do that for me.
Oh,
hey, look
shit.
at you.
Did you know ARM has people?
Yes.
He has people.
But it got to be enough of a time suck. We'll still do nitro stuff in the tasting room, and
we're doing an Irish red.
We are doing an Irish
on
red
nitro.
this
Okay,
weekend,
because I'm not like super thrilled with most nitro beers. I don't know. I kind of stay away from even when they're oatmeal stouts. But maybe I shouldn't.
I think this could benefit from nitro because it's got like a really firm like bitterness to it from the roasted barley, and also I think the hops maybe a little bit. It would totally round it out. It's
Makes
really nice.
It creams it down a little bit.
Okay.
I think an oatmeal stout on nitrogen would be a little too soft, and
it can be, but this is not that.
Yeah, exactly. Jason,
thanks. Do you guys want to do? You guys want to do your blonde ale real fast? Should we do that?
Totally. Sure. Yes.
Just finish with that, or do you want to finish with the sour? What do you want? We got one or the other. We got time for one more beer, I think.
Well, what do you? Let's do the blonde.
Okay.
I mean, okay. Were you going to say something?
It's your show. Whatever you guys want to talk about.
Well, you brought up
more
the
interesting
blonde.
to talk about. Like the blonde ale is.
Oh, I don't care. Well, we have so much other shit to talk about. It's fine.
We have
a blonde ale and a sour beer.
Well, and the Wrath of Flan. We've got the.
What's the Wrath of Flan again?
Milk stout.
Milk stout.
Oh, yeah.
I'm answering for them like it's like I'm doing them a favor. Well, you pick. We got one more.
Jason.
What do you want to talk about?
Federation.
What do you want to talk about?
All right, you call it. Take your time.
Oh God!
Wrath of Flan.
Let's do Wrath of Flan.
All right, great.
Wrath
Okay.
Flan, nice.
Can I say that in my loud voice?
Bev. Wrath of Flan milk stout.
I just want to say the name.
I felt influenced.
I'm sorry, Scotty.
All right, so Bev will get that going. I think I don't know what she's doing, but she's doing something. She looks very confused. She is confused.
She's got it going on.
No, I like that oatmeal stout, and it's called Low Boy. Is this year round?
Yes.
All right. I love it.
Which is
and people still love it. People still like you're saying, Matt. People loved it from the jump. So
yeah, this has been it was our first beer that we released. It was when we were kind of coming into the scene in Oakland, they were like, "Oh, you guys are the ones that released that stout." Okay, cool.
You have one beer and it's a stout.
Yeah,
you guys were going to be champion brewing, right?
Yeah. It actually worked out pretty well because a lot of I guess one other thing that other breweries these days aren't doing as much as having core beers. It's a lot of
it rotates.
Tons of rotating beers.
Nation.
Yeah, it's Rotator Nation now. Yeah.
If that's not a Raider themed beer, I don't know what is. Speaking because they rotate, because now they're
these are Raider colors, by the way.
Now they're in Vegas, and they were in L.A.
How are they now?
That'd be funny.
Vegas. Yeah, whatever. So
Matt's not angry about it.
Are you okay?
I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I don't care, actually.
No, I think you do.
I want them gone.
I don't care about them.
I don't care. Let's just stop talking about it right now.
My wife's going to hear about this.
You wouldn't like me when I care.
Yeah. I touch my face when I care.
I don't remember the question anymore.
I forget too. What was it?
I don't know. Let's talk about the scene in Oakland. Let's just move on then. If we can't remember the topic,
what's Jack London Square? There's like 27 breweries down there.
There's breweries all over the place. Line 51 is just open. They're the newest ones. Yeah. Congratulations to PT. Man, he's been around for a while.
He gave it a good run. Yeah, he's been working at it for sure.
Yeah. So we formed the Jack London Brewing District.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
It's unofficial, like it's a thing.
It's a thing.
Okay.
Yeah. We see each other every month. It's an actual thing. Yeah.
You have meetings and shit.
We meet once a month. This is incredible.
Okay.
Because it wouldn't happen without our improvement district in Jack London. They meet with us, our business district. They meet with us every month, and we just kind of talk about what we're all doing. We collaborated for a beer for Beer Week, and we're going to do a brew crawl in April and do another collaboration.
Yeah, we've done like 3 or 4 collabs already. And, we did an Oktoberfest, like you said, a brew crawl.
Oktoberfest, right. So it's really cool. We're trying to promote the area because there's not so many places that you can go and you can literally walk.
Yeah, it's pretty defined, too. I mean...
Yeah, you're like enclosed space almost.
Yes, like an enclosed
which I guess is
right.
like kind of the double-edged sword of that place. Yeah.
Like a Disneyland.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
like Frontierland. Earsup.com.
All right. Hey, if Jack London Square was Disneyland, what land would you be?
Is it just breweries that in this whole thing, or do you have tap rooms? Because there's a lot of tap rooms down there.
We all have a
restaurants.
Tap room.
Yeah. Well, so
the members of
strictly speaking, the members of this are just the brewers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, we'd be remiss not to mention, Beer Rev obviously was
we've got
OG of the scene. You got Tigers
Tavern, the newer, and then we also have Bicycle Coffee, Mr. Espresso,
Crooked City Cider. Can't forget about her because
because she will kill you if you do.
Cider gets short shrift in the scene sometimes, and
it does.
She's doing a great job over there. Holding down this edge right around the corner from us.
So all you guys meet monthly.
Yep.
And go
help
over
each other out and talk about stuff.
Talk about stuff. We
give a map.
Planner.
We do. And if you go to any one of our breweries, you will find the map. You'll find the map.
That's good.
And you stamp it at each brewery, and the last one you go to, you turn it in for a pint.
Face touch.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
I love it.
You get to tour the
cool.
ship.
Yeah.
That is
literally like when all of us were opening, if it wasn't for, there were moments where we helped each other out in crucial moments.
That's what always
made
happens.
Big differences.
That's great.
Oh, for sure. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good for you guys.
Yeah.
All we do is borrow each other's forklifts. Like,
It's just one that gets passed around.
I need to go get a sandwich.
I'm doing the burrito run today.
Yeah. Okay, well that sounds like a cool spot, man.
Yeah, it's cool.
I cannot believe I haven't been to your place yet. I feel
It's
bad.
good. It's a good spot.
But you're here now, so it's
I
good.
can't believe it either, really.
Come on by.
Let's talk about it for 5 more
minutes. The square itself is going through its like 6th or 7th kind of revival or whatever now. And it seems to actually be kind of sticking now. They got some good tenants in the square.
Okay.
Well, and 2,000 people just moved into this neighborhood in the last 18 months.
Ton of new
residents. Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean,
they put a high rise up or something?
There's a few. This was an area where there were. I mean, you talk about the the housing booms and displacements and everything in Oakland. This was an area where people weren't really living before.
Yeah,
there was like a building there where people lived, but historically these are all warehouses and
like light industrial port related stuff,
mixed use kind of places.
Okay,
this is one of the great arguments of why it makes sense for the A's Coliseum to go there, the new A's park, because it's not going to displace a whole bunch of people that live there.
Right.
Like some of their
is that
places.
happening?
It's looking positive.
It's
okay.
Yeah, it's happening more than it's ever been happening before.
Are they going to be a part of the Brewing Alliance then when they move there?
We've got a working relationship with them.
They're going to be at our third anniversary block party on March 21st. The A's Stomper.
I was just being an asshole, but you guys are working with the local sports team.
We are. We talk to them all the time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right.
And because it would be right there, Howard Terminal's. Right
That's
there.
great.
And we're
I'm sure that you guys would not hate that. That's a ton of foot traffic.
There are breweries I can think of that have benefited from.
It's always good to have a baseball near your brewery.
Yeah.
Do you have one?
I read about it.
A baseball?
It's a Yelp review.
I read one baseball before.
I gave it 3.5 stars.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that's cool. I mean, it sounds like you're in a good spot and you got a good community behind you, and you guys are making good beer, and that always helps as well.
This beer is really good. Let's try this next one.
Yeah, this is our final, as they say.
Wrath of Flan.
This is the Wrath of Flan.
This is a pretty fun beer.
Yeah. So it's a milk stout with 2 different lactose additions that sort of got on top of me.
Mm-hmm.
Does
that mean it was an accident?
It means I didn't realize how hard it was to add lactose in secondary.
Okay. All right.
Never having done this before. Turns out you should just throw it in the boil.
What happens otherwise?
You got to hydrate it. You got to mix it, and it's not going to dissolve, and it's a whole fucking thing.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
All right. I like things.
And it has sweetened condensed milk.
Yeah, sweetened condensed milk. So yeah, the idea is for it to have the fundamental hints of flan in it. So we did use the sweetened
condensed milk.
Condensed milk. What's the brand that makes
Carnation?
Carnation.
No, it's not. No, we didn't use Carnation.
Oh, you didn't.
We used the Mexican brand.
La leche.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I just made that up. I just made those 2 words up.
That sounds right.
Those aren't even real words. Yeah.
And then vanilla and caramel, and it's a little bit of chocolate malt. It's a little chocolatier than we actually intended because that little bit of chocolate malt sort of stood out more than I was used to.
Pale chocolate.
Yeah,
I love it. I mean, maybe you didn't use pale chocolate, but I'm saying pale chocolate. I love pale chocolate.
That's what it was.
Okay, well there you go. You can never have too much. In a beer like this, it can never be too chocolate.
This beer is absolutely delicious.
It's actually very dry for how much lactose and sweetened condensed milk.
Wow, very flavorful.
It really is.
Is in there? That's,
oh my God.
It's dry.
You mentioned caramel. What's the caramel ingredient?
Caramel.
Just caramel itself?
No,
it's caramel. It was extract.
Extract.
Yeah. I didn't want to introduce any. Well,
it's extract.
Any other sugars?
Yeah, because I didn't want to introduce any milk, any actual
silver metal.
Milk.
Sorry.
So I was able to
let that part out.
Cool. Lactose sugar is one thing, but I didn't want to actually add any milk solids into the secondary because that's spoiling.
Yeah,
makes sense.
There is vanilla bean in there.
There's real vanilla beans as well.
Madagascar.
That's expensive.
Yeah.
What did this finish at?
4 or 5, I think.
Play-Doh.
I don't even know what that means. Tasty, what does that mean? You're my human calculator for that shit.
4.5% alcohol.
Oh no! I'm sorry, 4.5 Play-Doh.
Okay, yeah,
Play-Doh.
Yeah.
So still a little sweet.
Yeah.
Didn't want to.
But it's dry.
Yeah,
it's dry.
It's a fucking miracle.
Yeah. Why is it dry?
Probably the
roast
bar.
That's my professional question asking skills coming.
You guys carbonate the water too, right? Before you make dark beer like this.
It attenuated the way it was supposed to.
Carbonate the water?
Yeah, some carbonates. Yeah.
I was like, you brew with like carbonated water. Who doesn't?
You got to raise the pH a little bit.
That's what I was imagining, just pouring a bunch of LaCroix into my mash tun.
The beer came out great.
do it. I thought you understood.
No, it's very good.
We do adjust just with
but just gypsum for pH in this case.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
All right.
Can I tell the story about learning about water adjustments in the Bay Area?
No. Anyway,
this was with Malcolm from Freewheel. We went to Anchor Steam to go talk to them about how they treat their water.
Okay.
So this was right when they got their new brewer from Budweiser.
Yeah, Scott Ungerman.
Yeah, Scott.
Mm-hmm.
So he took us through. He was giving us the whole tour and being really friendly and everything. And he knew why we were there. And we go back to his office at the end. He's like, "Yeah, man, coming here from Budweiser is such a trip. Like, I feel like a home brewer again. This is like everything was super calculated and everything was so precise.
Yeah.
And here, everything is just I'm still trying to figure it all out. I learned how to brew Anchor Steam from the guy over here. I don't even know where the recipe is yet." So it's like, yeah. So tell us about water. What do you do for the water? Because we don't, we're going to be brewing some English ales. We're not sure what we want to do with water. It's like, yeah, okay, hang on. So he pulls out this whole file and flicks through, pulls out something from 1986. Yeah, we don't do anything. We don't do anything with water.
We'll do the water.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't
Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
self-adjusted.
I kind of like that.
There you go. So they saved you a trip.
The only time that I felt close to having to really do something drastic was during the last drought when they started to draw municipal water off of a different water table.
Yep, calcium levels went up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
And it was noticeable in the flavor.
Yep.
And normally, like, East Bay mud water is fine.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's great.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Bubble.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the only time when they actually really switched our service water that I was like, oh, crap. Maybe
Then it affected you for the most part.
Well, yeah, if it tastes good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breaking news, you heard it here first. Our water has gotten significantly more acidic recently. My usual water adjustments have been resulting in a far more acidic mash than it started. It was a hard start about 6 weeks ago.
Really?
So if anyone else in Oakland is using East Bay mud water, I want to talk to you and see if you're experiencing the same thing.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know what's happening.
I'll have my people look that up for you.
What does that What does that do for your brewing?
You actually have people for that.
Yeah. I'll get the white coats to look at
If you
it.
said it would be a joke.
Everybody?
Yeah. Sully means it. What does that do for your brewing? How do you? How does that present itself? And I'm a home brewer, and I know
mash
everything.
Efficiency.
Yeah,
I'm using a certain amount of gypsum to dial in my 5.2 or so mash pH, and all of a sudden I'm getting 4.9 with the same amount. So my yields are getting low. Things aren't converting very well.
Yeast health. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's not great for that either. So so I'm having to. I mean, I've adjusted now, but there were three or four brews when I was like, well, I'm calibrating my pH meter. I'm like,
yeah.
Well, that's but they don't. But the thing about, just to complain a little bit, is they don't tell you when they're changing it. And all of a sudden it's like, and here it is. Now we're pulling from the Delta. You were getting this runoff.
During the drought, it made the news a little bit because we had been in the drought for so long, I guess. But they don't. Yeah, they won't tell you.
It's not like they're testing the water either all the time. So it's like, these reports are sometimes spotty. You don't know how often they're doing it.
Right.
You can get your own water kit to check it daily, but it changes just as quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Don't add anything like Anchor.
We may be heading back into the drought. Now it's been a pretty.
That's what they're saying.
Lackluster rainy season.
Yeah.
Last weekend's rain was great. That was awesome.
Yeah, sure. You didn't have a birthday party.
Did I? I missed that.
I had a birthday party.
I wasn't invited.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, well, I didn't know you. I didn't like you guys then.
Strictly speaking, that's
yeah. All right, you can go to Federation Brew. Apparently, Instagram is where you guys want people to.
I mean, we have a website, but websites are for dads.
Your website's terrible too.
Yeah,
by the way.
thank you.
Yeah,
blame Squarespace. I had nothing to do with it.
Your Instagram page seems like where it's going. There's a really good video of a really cool. I'm imagining a dry hop session.
Oh, I just took it in the face.
That just is foaming over. So you check that out.
All that beer touched my face.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I like that very much. So check it out. There's also a link there if you guys want to go to the anniversary party, which is on Saturday, March 21st. It's the Eventbrite link right there. You can check it out. Buy ticks now. 12 to 10. It's a hell of a party.
Yeah. It's a long party.
And you're at 420 3rd Street, which I think is pretty
This is a fact. Yeah.
I like
and there
it.
will be goats.
Goats?
There
yeah,
will
the petting
be
zoo.
goats.
Petting zoo.
Forklift.
Another
races.
thing I got talked into. Yeah.
Goats?
Yeah,
You've never been talked into a goat?
Well, I can't talk about it on this show, but anyway, keep going.
Well, that would be bad for business.
Yeah, there's a farm.
You have
I
to.
have no authority here, but you're fired.
Yeah, you
Well,
have to do that. That's how it goes.
Isn't that a sheep?
I don't know, man. Who cares?
Is that what you were talking about? Oh, my God.
This is not the kind of show I signed up for.
Beverly, you're a Christian.
No, he's. Never mind. I honestly don't know what you're talking about if
Yeah.
you're not talking about the animal.
He's like, sheep would be better. I don't understand.
Little pygmy Himalayan goats coming from Livermore from their shelter farm.
Okay, to do what?
Be
Fuck
held
you up.
captive in the street.
Hell
is the weird part.
All right.
Yeah, so they'll be there at our party. and
I was hoping it'd be like slow roasted over a spit, but
Eventually. Roasted goat.
maybe.
Yeah.
Goat birria?
Goat birria, yeah. That's
Hell yeah.
traditional.
All right, guys. Well, hey, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming in. Beers are great.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, this was a lot of
This is
fun.
fun. It was
Anytime.
actually really fun listening to your story, too. So
Yeah, I like that.
Actually, I was thinking you guys need a TV show. You bounce off each other really well.
Well, also we're exceptionally good looking.
Well, you are. We'll talk about it after the show.
You know what else we can talk about is the folks at Duke Cannon.
Transition.
I know, right? They say thin is in, everybody, but if you look around this room, that's not true. But what's good about a thin steak or a thin wallet or thinning hair? Matt and I know something about that for sure. The answer is nothing. So we're talking about Thick, which is a new product from Duke Cannon Supply Company, which I used today. I showered with it. It is a body wash that's 3 times thicker than most of the body washes you find. It's high viscosity, alternative to watching your money run down the shower drain along with your tears. Thick comes, I just made that last part up because I am funny. Yeah. Thick comes in a big-ass container that you crack open like a beer, which I can attest to, and it comes in 4 distinctly masculine scents. So check it out. The scents are Accomplishment, which is clean citrus profile, Naval Supremacy, which is like an ocean scent.
I like
so,
the smell.
yeah, if you're a Seinfeld fan. Old Glory, which is cedar and amber and tobacco and all that kind of fun stuff. And then Productivity, which I had, which is peppermint, pine, and eucalyptus. So that was kind of cool. So go to DukeCannon.com, use promo code BREWING, and you get 15% off your entire order, plus free shipping with orders over $35. You can get all 4 of these cool Thick body washes for $30, or they're $9 a piece, and they really do go a long way. I liked it. It was a good time. I smelled good, and I always like smelling good. So check it out. Go to DukeCannon.com, promo code BREWING, 15% off your entire order, plus free shipping. How's about that?
That's a good deal.
I think so too, right?
Yep.
All right, I hit the wrong button, so now I got to do this.
I'm going to do it again.
Now you got to wait.
Okay.
Now you got to wait. All right, we're going to take a break, everybody. We're going to come back. We're going to wrap up the Twitter game, and then probably go home, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
We're done.
Okay, well, let's do that.
Do you want to do something else, Sully?
Well, we could talk about the Twitter game. We're going to do that, right?
That's a good idea.
Are we still in the air?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Tell me about your... all right, everybody, we'll be right back. It's the session.
Be right back.
We haven't had this much fun since Doc fell off a stripper pole.
The Brewing Network.
All right, everybody, thanks a lot for sticking with us. We're going to hit Twitter game here. The boys at Federation are joining us here.
Yeah.
Hi, Sully.
I thought you had me off there for a second.
Well, I did because you guys were... I just wanted you guys to finish up your conversation. That's all. I was giving you some privacy.
Oh, thank you for that.
You're welcome. That's what we in the business like to call running the board, Sully.
You're doing a very good job of running the board.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that very much.
I'm enjoying this milk stout.
Yeah, it's pretty good, right?
It's amazing, actually.
You know what else is pretty good, Sully? Manscaped.
You're going to say that. Give it to me.
Support for the Brewing Network comes from Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-belt grooming. And I want to tell you about the Manscaped brand new product, Lawnmower 3.0.
3.0.
Preaching to the choir over here.
Oh, yeah? Matt, are you ever a Manscaped guy? No?
Well,
Right. Well, then,
kind of sounds like you were.
it kind of sounds like he was, right?
That was the joke I was making.
Well, you sort of looked
No.
at me as though I've ever removed a hair from my body in my life.
Yeah, or from his body, or from Matt's body.
It's a low person thing. You wouldn't understand.
No, I wouldn't. It's very true. But check it out. You got the Lawnmower 3.0, which is their brand new redefined electric trimmer that you don't only need to use on your balls. Beverly uses it on her armpits, apparently, which is very good visual. No, who we calling?
Dinner.
Okay. Hell yeah.
And in a pinch, it works. I'm just saying.
I used it to trim my neck hair down, when I'm shaping the beard. It worked really well. The light worked and everything.
Great.
Yeah. But if you want to use it on your nutsack, you can, because it has a proprietary skin-safe technology. So it will not nick or snag your ball bag. Yeah, nothing. So Manscaped Actions Tasty are
Gotta protect the balls.
finally a thing of the past. You really do, because as we've talked about
Who's
it
gonna
before,
protect them for you? Come on, you gotta.
those things will bleed
Exactly.
nonstop.
And then it's embarrassing when you go to the doctor.
Manscaped, huh? Okay.
Yeah, so you can go to manscaped.com and you can get, I believe it's 20% off, although I want to say that's incorrect, but I feel like that is. That's pretty good.
Plus
Brewing.
no nicks. Wow.
The code is Brewing. Brewing. So go to manscaped.com and free shipping you get as well. But you grab that Lawnmower 3.0. They also have a ton of other cool stuff for you guys to check out. And love those people. It's good stuff. Don't cut your balls, please. Unless your girlfriend or boyfriend, or unless your girlfriend's into it. Or your boyfriend's into it. I don't know. What do you want to do? Yeah.
Can I go out on a limb about your listener demographics and
Yeah,
say
sure,
that it's
man.
mostly like tween girls? Am I right?
Well, that's what we're really going for sure. The Care Bears reboot's coming up. That whole kind of thing too. The Artemis Fowl movie comes out soon,
Sure.
so
That's
we're going to
the
be
thing
talking
that
about
I've
that.
heard
Yeah, we're going to be talking about that for a little bit. So,
Frozen.
Yeah, we're going to have a new channel on Disney Plus. It'll be a good time. It'll be a good time. All right.
Ears
So. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I see. I feel like I would get in trouble if I plugged ears up, but you can do it all day long. Please,
Ears Up.
yeah, patreon.com/ears up. Supply me with some money, please.
I love that show.
Yeah, it's a good
Sorry,
time,
keep
right?
going if you want.
Thanks very much.
Give me the $25 later.
Twitter game. Ooh, actually, here we go. See, I can't fuck this up again. Twitter game was brought to you by the Wine and Hop Shop.
There you go.
See, I did it. Yeah. Wine and Hop Shop. Good people supporting us all the time. I love it. All right, so the Twitter game was give JP a good excuse to cancel the rest of the session shows until Justin's road trip starts.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
Which I believe is very soon. Let me pull that up. Let me pull the calendar up
Yeah,
here.
where
Bev.
is he right now?
It's April.
He's in New Zealand right now.
Oh, he's
well,
still
yeah.
down
Well,
there.
no, the month is March.
No.
The time is now.
He comes home for Springfest.
Yeah.
We do Springfest. He goes on a road trip. I deal with the dumpster fire afterwards.
No, but that's it. That's what I'm saying.
I want to watch that.
Oh, well, we have one person booked in April, and that's it. And then, so starting May, he's doing shows from the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have, look, I'm looking at the calendar. I have 2 shows left. I have April 27th, and then I have March 23rd. That's it.
You have 3 shows. They're not booked yet.
I
but-
know. I'm fucking with you, Beverly.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
It's
No,
very
we're not.
inside right now.
So,
Inside baseball.
So what do we have? We have 4 more shows left.
Yep.
And that's it. And then we're gone for like 8 to 10 months or more. I love it so much. I'm very excited, honestly, for these shows from the road for Jay. I think it's
It's going to be great.
It's something new for him to be creative with, and it's something less for me to do. And I'm happy with both of those things. All right. Well, here we go. No one responded to that, so that's cool. Let's,
I don't know if I was supposed to. I'm just trying to behave over here in the corner.
That's fine. That's fine. So, Twitter game replies. TN Brewing says, because Bevo does all the work anyways, girl deserves some time off.
There you go. I like that one.
I'm going to send him a shirt regardless.
Yeah, I don't like it too much. Keith Allen says let's see. Okay, what was the question again? Yeah, give JP a good excuse to cancel all the shows. Keith Allen says to tag along with him to New Zealand and drive him nuts on another continent with his racist shirts.
Okay.
Which my shirt was not racist, by the way. I didn't know maroon was a slur. I didn't know that.
Okay.
For those of you. My Maroon 5 shirt.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. I just think it's funny.
I bought this shirt.
You think because you didn't understand the reference, the shirt is not racist.
That's how it works,
it's
right?
Still racist. You just aren't down.
Look, being a white man, I can tell you from experience that it's just a word. It doesn't have any meaning. It has as much meaning. I'm kidding. No, I bought this shirt that was it was like a parody shirt. It had the Jackson 5 on it and said Maroon 5. And I bought it because it's funny. But then apparently Terrence, my black friend, says that's racist. And I'm like, are you serious? And then Justin says, yeah, that's racist. Well, Justin first, he goes, is that racist? And we asked Terrence. Because Terrence, he's like sort of like, yeah, he's sort of like the Library of Alexandria or whatever. He knows all this shit. And it's like, and he goes, yeah, bro, don't you know what the word maroon means? I'm like, it's a color. I had no idea, which is part of the thing. And I'm like, so it's now it's been rolled up and it's in my drawer. I haven't worn it since. I feel like terrible about it, but also I missed the shirt because it was really funny.
Well, you could wear it at home in front of the kids.
Well, I remember like old Looney Tunes where it was like what a maroon.
What a maroon,
what
yeah.
A maroon. And I guess that's probably not validation.
Yeah, I don't know
You're not allowed to
either.
say that anymore.
Yeah.
You have to cut that part out.
Yeah,
I mean, anything you could do to put less Maroon 5 in the world is probably also good.
I thought it was, yeah. So I don't know. For me, it was very funny. I died laughing about it, but whatever. Another good time ruined by racists. Joe says, because you can get away with it. By the time Justin realizes you've liquidated all the assets, you'll be knee-deep in Mexican lager on a beach somewhere south of the border. And I, for one, think that we should just do that culturally. Like, sell all of this shit in the studio.
Who said that?
Joe.
I, for one, feel that Joe is overestimating the value of the Brewing Network.
No, dude, I'm looking. So I just bought one of these, like, basically racks of compressors for the Ears Up studio. Yeah, I did. Used, it was $60. So easily we could make $400 off of this audio equipment. This board we could probably get $500 for. These microphones could probably go for a couple hundred.
You're hawking the studio.
So if we leave,
is this happening?
I'm trying to, yeah.
So if we catch a flight,
I'm doing the math.
What's happening?
Yeah.
We'll just buy it all back later on.
Well, so if we catch a flight like now when they're dirt cheap, it could probably happen
For sure. We could die somewhere south of the border. And then, let's see, not last but not least, one more. Joshua says he can't do that. If he does, he has to stay home with his family.
Oh.
Which is true, and also sick burn. And then last but not least, Guipo says tracksuits are on sale at the Gap. Which is all I really need.
Good to know.
Yeah. Nice excuse just for that.
Yeah. I don't want to come back. I got to buy a Gap.
You're in the market.
Anyway, that's it. Those are the ones that I felt
Did you
were.
write them down?
Yeah, I mean, What do you guys think? Anything strike you as particularly good or humorous? Matt, why don't you start?
I'm starting with something. I think you should choose someone else.
All right. Well, how about it's not the tracksuit.
Radio, you just have to jump into it. By the way.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're the one who wanted to stay in the studio, so I assumed that you had something to say. Just kidding.
Aha!
Yeah. Okay. How about
review them? So number 1 was what?
Bevo does all the work anyway.
Number 2,
racist T-shirts.
Number 3,
south of the border.
Number 4,
me staying home with my family.
Bevo does all the work anyway.
All right, there we go. TN Brewing.
That's what I was going with.
No one's clapping. It's like no one's ever listened to this fucking show before.
An obvious winner.
All right, we're done.
She was getting the
you
shirt
just
anyway.
jumped into it like in full speed there.
Yeah, well, you got to catch up.
All right.
You got to catch up. I jump into it. You got to catch up.
Okay.
Baby.
All right. Nice blue glasses.
How's your dog, man?
My dog is not doing well.
Really?
Don't end on that.
All dogs.
Well, I want to, though. I want to know how you're doing.
No, he's
doing all right.
It's bad.
That's too bad, man.
Yeah.
Old
Go
Snickers.
back to the beer. Good
All
old
right.
Snickers.
All right. Are you going to brew a beer for your dog?
Snickers?
Yeah, a little
Actually,
tap room
Snickers
only.
is featured on the blah 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 can.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's wearing a.
Bev, your mic is still on, and we can hear whatever you're doing on your phone.
Sorry.
That's all right. Just let you know.
She's wearing a because everybody in there has a sign that says avocado IPA, black IPA, double IPA. It's a goof on the whole thing. It's a march, and so Snickers has a sign that says cat IPA. It's hilarious.
Okay, I think that's funny.
So
I'm looking it up right now.
She's been memorialized on a label. So I mean, how
I
many
see
dogs
it.
get that chance?
That's pretty cute. I
Yeah.
didn't even know that before.
There's
Cat
an ET
IPA
reference. This is a dog reference. Just bringing it back to you guys.
That's right.
Jump in.
I like it. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Federation Brewing guys, thanks again. I appreciate you guys taking the time, and I don't want to have to thank you again. So,
well,
stop.
We're good, man.
Yeah.
All right. I feel sufficiently validated.
There you go. We are off next week, apparently, officially, and I'm excited about this very much. But if you are listening live for some reason, you can listen live again as we do Dr. Homebrew on Thursday. Actually, it is Thursday, Bev. You're not going to be here. So it's not going to be live. So if you're trying to listen to live Dr. Homebrew, don't, because you can't. All right, we're going to get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Again, you can go and buy tickets to Spring Brews Fest. Go to thebrewingnetwork.com, and all the details are over there. Also, support the show. You can listen to other shows there. You can join as a PayPal donor for as little as $2 a month if you want, or honestly, whatever you want to do. And all that information is on the website, I'm sure. Visit our sponsors. Thank you to More Beer. Thank you to Wine and Hop Shop. Thank you, of course, to the Beer Law Center. John at beerlawcenter.com. He works hard for you. And I'm sure there's a brewery somewhere, San Francisco brewery somewhere, but I can't. What is it?
21st Amendment.
21st Amendment.
At
thank you very
21st
much.
Amendment.
All right.
You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Sean O'Sullivan, SHAUN.
I like that. You should definitely do that. Sean's very proud of his vinyl shopping skills, so you can definitely do that. Anyway, Federation Brewing, thanks, guys.
Hey, thank you. Cheers.
Thank you.
JP's an asshole. Justin's a nice guy and winning the race. JP does great as his charity case.